It's gonna be a long stream today, so I gotta get some water. I gotta have some water. Yeah, how's everyone? Good, good. Have. Uh, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say happy Saturday. Good Saturday. What the heck? Yeah. Good morning. Got 9 bogeys in the chat. Let's go. Got a nice recovery. Man, Vara's doing pretty good. It had a really nice move up, but is it going to hold it? Well, that's another question. What's another one? Let's look at OXT. Yeah, OXT is not moving. I'm forever going to be in the shadow realm. I did change up some of my watch list coins. So we added Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Tron. I'm trying to get in all the top coins so I can just start making videos on the top 100. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But we are going to do the watch list videos on the live stream, and then it is going to be a pretty long live stream. We're just going to be looking at coins, and I'll take a look at all your guys' coins, and yeah, that's pretty much it. What's up, Silver Days? XRP, let's go. I'm too late to the XRP army. They won't let me in. Actually, they won't let me in because I'm not going to buy because it's up so much right now. I already missed the train on XRP, unfortunately. What's up, Newmeyer? What's up, Craig C? Good morning. What's up, Alex? How are you? We need to do Vera now. Vera? What's that? Like Vera? The veracity. You're talking about Vera. Are you talking about VRA? Or are you talking about Vara? We will be making videos on the live stream today, so all the videos are going to be posted afterwards. Yeah, let me know if the veracity, if you're talking about veracity. In the meantime, I'll take a look at saucer swap. Taking a look at saucer swap on the live stream. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like we're doing much. We're just consolidating sideways. Yeah, so it's bearish under 4.5 cents, bullish over 5 cents 80. Once it breaks this area of resistance, it should take us back up to the retesting the 618 at around 8 cents 70. And that's pretty much it for a saucer swap. On the way down, it just needs to hold this previous low. Otherwise, we'll start looking on the macro time frame and the areas of support at that point. Keep in mind that as of today, that is going to be around 100% pump. And then from there, once it does break out, you're invalidating this downtrend. And we'll look at the targets on the upside. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, saucer swap. It's just making lower highs and lower lows right now, so we're just waiting. We're just waiting for this breakout. Taking a look at Vara on the live stream. So Vara had a nice move up. But the problem with Vara is that on the macro time frame, we are still bearish under 1 cent 27, and then it's bullish over 2 cents 30. Once we break this area of resistance, it should take us back up to retesting the 618 at 6 cents 60. And yeah, and then on the shorter time frame, same is valid, right? Where we actually did get stuck at the 236 at 2074. We did go back, we did retest resistance here, but we couldn't follow through. If we do get some sort of follow through, it is going to put us in the macro box between 1 cent 30 and 2 cents 30. But again, you can see we got stuck here, so it does need to break over 1 cent for it to have a shot at the bottom. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, wow. Vara had a nice move up. See, here's the problem. The problem is that some coins are moving, and altcoin season. It's still Bitcoin season. On this indicator, it shows 12 out of 100. I mean, altcoin season hasn't even started yet, and it hasn't started for. I still can't believe the altcoin index was at 42. There's no way this is true though. Yeah, so it was 42 for Bitcoin. No, you know what? It was 45 for Ethereum. So that's pretty crazy. And just keep in mind, Bitcoin, we did have a 618 retracement. So yeah, we are getting stuck at 95,000. So if we can't break this area of resistance, we are going to come back down. And at that point, it does need to stay over 87 to 90K. If it doesn't hold this area of support, then we are going to get a really big capitulation back down. I want to say to 82K. So as long as we consolidate and as long as we can stay over the 87 to 90K mark, you are looking at a consolidation, and then hopefully we get alt season. Because at some point, the Bitcoin dominance does have to drop, and it hasn't. I mean, you could argue that it's double topped now, especially with this wick. So there's some hopium, but if this thing keeps going, then altcoins are just going to keep getting decimated. Some altcoins are moving though, but just not mine, really. Dogelon, how's Dogelon doing? Yeah, Dogelon's just been stuck at 14, for a month, or maybe even longer. Yeah, Dogelon was at 14 last July and August, so it's really in the same spot. And then OXT, all we know, it's a huge gamble. Hopefully they follow through and they keep building it out. But for the most part, all the trading is done by market makers and bots. So there's no real volume coming in for OXT. So if you look on the sell and buy walls, you can see it's totally manipulated. Well, not just OXT, a lot of other coins. And it is what it is. You gotta call an ace an ace, right? So it's the truth. Maybe in the future they'll fix that, but we'll see. Vara just blew up one day after I sold. Yeah, that's usually how it works. You sell, so they wait until you sell, and then they pump it. That's exactly how it works. Altcoin season is coming 2 to 4 weeks to blast off. I hope so. Turbo won't freaking stop. What's up, Aloe? Welcome to the 3-hour live stream. Turbo. Oh wow, Turbo's doing pretty good. Yeah, did it break the 618, or is it getting stuck at the 618? Taking a look at Turbo on the live stream. So Turbo is having a really big move up. Let's see if we actually broke the areas that we need to break. Yeah, so we're actually getting stuck at the 618. So we said 230, 330. Once that breaks, we should go retest 580. And we are getting stuck at it. Well, technically, we're actually debatably over it right now. So as long as we can close and stay over 2058, then yeah, this thing's gonna blow up. This thing's going back up to 87 and then 1 cent and 1 cent and a half. And then from there, you're looking at Turbo up to 6 cents. Yeah, so another 10x from the current price. But if we do get some sort of retracement and a pullback, it does need to stay over 2033 and 2041. If it doesn't, we're going to get a big capitulation back down to 2023. That's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. The Matrix knows how to get us. Yeah, I think it's just on the macro perspective. I feel like it's like farming animals. We're just animals. So it's not just you. It's just a group of collective people that sell, and then it goes up. you know, it's happened to all of us. It's just your time right now. But it's happened to me too. Is it still going to happen to me? Yes, it is. But I think that it happens to the best of us. It is what it is. Hey, can you check Popcat? It's a crypto. You ignore me every time I ask about Popcats. Do I? Well, I don't know. I read your message now though, so Popcats. Let's see. Yeah, Popcat doesn't look that bad. Taking a look at Popcat on the live stream. Yeah, so Popcat's having a nice move up, but let's see where we're getting stuck. Oh, so we're over the 382, so that's really good. So on the downside, as long as it stays over 35 cents, you are looking at a continuation up to 70 cents for a 618 retracement. Just keep in mind you can also hit resistance at the 0.5. Generally, that isn't, usually when you break the 382, you go to the 618 retracement. But just be aware that 49 cents is still resistance. So we might experience some turmoil there. Now, on the downside, I'd say as long as it stays over 27 cents, it's still bullish. However, if we do break below, then we're probably going to get a big capitulation back down to 19 to 20 cents. And that's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. There's your Popcats. There is your Popcat. Yeah, so we're going to actually do a lot of the watchlist coins. So Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Doge, Cardano, Tron, Jasmy. I switched up a couple of these because some of them weren't getting any views, and I really want to stick to top 100 because I'm trying to grow my channel. But yeah. You are very welcome, Bruce Wayne. Taking a look at Shapeshift Fox on the live stream. Oops. Yeah, so Shapeshift Fox really hasn't done much from the last time that we looked at it last week. It's still bearish under 4 cents 70, bullish over 8 cents 70. On the shorter time frame for Shapeshift Fox, it does look like you did attempt to break out over the 382 at around 3 cents 70. You got rejected, came down, but you are still staying over the 236. So on the short term, bearish under 2 cents 80. And once you get over 3 cents 70, it should take you back up to 5 cents 70, which is higher and putting you over the macro 236 at 4 cents 67, which means that you will not be bearish both on the short term and longer term time frame. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. What's up, Bobby? JY's in Venture. Bells, please. All right. Let me do a couple more videos, and then I'll take a look at your guys' coins. And then we'll check the chat again. Taking a look at GST, Green Satoshi Token. Let's see. Yeah, so GST is not doing much. It's still bearish on the macro time frame at 3 cents 30, bullish over 9 cents 80. And on the shorter time frame, it does look like we did get stuck at the 236 at 2085. Once that breaks 1 cent 11, and then that should send you back up to 1 cent 70 on the shorter time frame. Once that happens, we'll start looking at it on the macro time frame. But as of right now, nothing's bullish until we get over this box, and then 1 cent 70 gets retested. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Taking a look at Penguin on the live stream. So Penguin also hasn't really done much from last week's update video. We did get some sort of bounce, but we said that as long as we're under 16.5 and 22 cents, it is still bearish in a shorter time frame. Once this area does break, which it looks like you are attempting to break out, it should send you back up to 37 cents and a half. And then if hopefully it doesn't get stuck there from there to the moon, but these are all areas of resistance. In terms of support, it just needs to stay over this previous low. As long as you consolidate over it and not make lower lows, the upside targets are validated. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Damn it, Bobby. That's funny. Hey, what's up? Happy Saturday, yeah. Happy Saturday. Happy Catterday. So let's check H-bar, the coin I wish I got into at 5 cents on Coinbase. Very good coin. Taking a look at Hedera H-bar on the live stream. So Hedera's doing very well relative to a lot of different coins on the market, so good for anybody who's in it. It does look like we did get rejected at 19.5 cents. We said we had resistance at 16.5 and 19.5. On the way down, as long as we stay over 16.5 cents, then technically you're not bearish on a shorter time frame. And then the upside target at 19.5 would be still in play. And then 25 cents would be in play too. But at any point, if we do break below 16.5, then we are looking at a bigger move down. That's pretty much it. Very simple for H-bar. As of right now, once we do break the 382, you are looking at around another 36% pump. And then from there, once it does break out, then we'll start looking at it on the macro time frame. And you're invalidating this downtrend that's forming. So with that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Nice. Not bad. Ugh. I got up early too, but I'm very tired. All right, let's look at Helium, and then we'll take a look at Bells for JV's adventure. Taking a look at Helium Mobile on the live stream. So I don't think anything really has happened from the last time that we looked at it. We did say that on the macro time frame we had support at the 618, which we actually didn't hold, but we did hold this. It didn't necessarily come down to the 786, but that is still valid support on the downside if we do break this previous low. And then on the macro time frame for Helium Mobile, we are bearish under 3063 and then bullish over 2001. Once that breaks, it should send you back up to 2022, and then from there you're invalidating this downtrend. So we'll take a look at it at that time. But again, it can come up to this area and still be bearish, so it does really need to break out over this box. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Bells and whistles. Bells coin, what is this? Oh my gosh, gamble coin, but let's see what happens. Taking a look at Bells coin on the live stream. So I don't know what coin this is, but we will take a look at it. Bells coin, Bell Snickle. Yeah, so Bells coin, I mean, this thing came out and it just started selling off, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Now, yeah, so bearish under 25 cents, bullish over 38 cents. Once that breaks, it should send you back up to 71 cents, which will invalidate this downtrend. Keep in mind, you're still in a downtrend, even if you do come back up to 38 cents. But regardless, right now, you're still in this downtrend. So it does need to break 26 and 38 cents. Once that breaks, 71 cents would be in play. On the downside, it does need to establish a floor, and you need to get consolidation over 1374. So as long as you can get that, then once we do turn bullish, we are going to come back up and retest these areas. But again, what that means is it just means that we've seen this plenty of times. You know, it could come back up and get rejected and come down, make a lower low, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to the moon. And once we get in this box, it's that, you know, that's it. We're going to become rich, because look, it happened here too, and it's happened every single time with a lot of different coins. So you're just hoping that we do get that breakout, and then it goes parabolic. But yeah, I hope that made sense. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Good luck. It is a gamble play, but good luck. No. What do you want? Narrow ETH? Narrow? Is this it? I don't think this is the right one, right? I think it's this one, right? Yeah, you're welcome on the update on PNG. And Nick, just remember that any video, I'm doing all my watch list videos and any update videos. So if you ask for a coin, for example, I'm making a video on the live stream so that when I'm done with the live stream, I edit it and whatever, and then I upload it. So if in case you missed it, or obviously other people can see it too, and because not everyone can make the live streams, and you have people on YouTube searching, oh, PNG pangolin, updates. So just FYI, that's how it works here. So just in case you want to watch it again, or whatever, it'll be up on the channel after I get off the live stream. Yeah, so is this the right narrow? I'm assuming this is the right narrow. Craig C, can you take a look at Tau? Yeah, I can. So let me look at Goldfinch, and then I'll take a look at Tau, and then narrow once he responds and tells me that this is the right narrow. Taking a look at Goldfinch GFI on the live stream. So Goldfinch had a really nice move up, but the problem is that we're still getting stuck. So just don't get overly bullish, and I say this every single time, right? Even this entire way down, we said the same thing, where it's like, oh, you get stuck. These are all areas of resistance, right? So very simple for Goldfinch. It looks like we almost came up and retested the 382 at around $1.20. However, we never really made it that high. We got sent back down. The good thing is that we are still closing in resistance. So as long as we close in this box over 82 cents, $1.20 is still in play. You are looking at a shot at a bottom, and 229 would be in play once $1.20 does break. But just keep in mind, if this, even if this goes back up and tries to retest 120 and it gets rejected, we can still come back down. And if we do, the previous low needs to hold. If it doesn't, we're going to be making a lower low, and then we're going to be validating this downtrend that we're in. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. All right. Okay, so Philip says this is the right narrow. Oh man, congratulations then. Wow, this thing went parabolic. So it's on the daily. I mean, did we do a 618 retracement? Oh, not quite. Yeah, so as of right now, very bullish. As long as we stay over 4 cents 80, it's macro bullish. As long as we stay over that, even if it comes down 9 cents 64 is still in play. And once that breaks, I'd say to the moon. Next area of resistance is going to be 15 cents. But just keep in mind, again, we do need to stay over 4 cents 80, which I think does coincide with, yeah, I guess it's smack in the middle of the 236 and 382. So it does need to stay over this box on the downside. And again, 9 cents 60 would be in play. And then from there, 15 cents for narrow. But if this box doesn't hold, you're going to get a really big move down. So do with it what you will. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next video. Yes, you understand. Let's go. David for 5. Let's go. Hey, can you do dog in me, and what would a 3 cent market cap take? Thank you. Yeah, I'll take a look at that for you. Thank you so much for the 5 beans. That's awesome. 5 beans. Let's see. What did you dog in me? Yeah, I kind of missed it on this. Also, keyboard cat. That's another one that they listed at the same time. Really, really, really big moves up on Coinbase. Yeah, so let's take a look at dog in me. Taking a look at dog in me on the live stream. So let's see. Yeah, so this coin came out April of 2024. Okay, we won't have the there we go. Alrighty, so taking a look at dog in me, in terms of, I mean, you're making higher lows across the board, and you're maintaining this uptrend. Regardless of this giant sell-off, you did get a nice little V-shaped recovery, and you still made a higher high. So very bullish over 3051. Very, very, very bullish over that. In terms of the next areas on the upside, we do have resistance at Yeah, so that is still, so resistance is support. We are in resistance right now. Once that breaks 309 would be in play. And then from there, once we break the all-time high, you're looking at, once we break the previous high, you're looking at all-time highs up to 47. And then from there, you're looking at that 3 cent mark that you asked for. So as of today, again, it's maintaining an uptrend. You are in resistance right now. So given that we stay over 305, you're looking at a 7x back up to for a higher high and all-time highs, and then you're looking at around a 40x to 2 cents 30. So I know you said 3 cents, but let's just play conservative and say 2 cents 30 because we do have a valid target at 2 cents 30. So 40x would put the market cap around, so let's just say for easy math, it's 40 million instead of 37 million. So 10 times would be 400 million. And then 4 times 4 is 16, so it's only a 1.6 billion. So it's not super crazy to think that this can't go up to a 1.6 billion market cap. There are a lot of meme coins that have done that in the past, and higher. If you're talking about, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin Mars, obviously, Dogecoin, these coins all went over and beyond 1 billion market cap. So again, conservatively speaking, you are looking at a 40x. To 2 cents 30. Anything higher than that, we'll just have to take a look at it at that point. But with that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. And yeah, thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so in a shorter time frame, as long as it stays over 305, you should be fine. But if it does break below 305, then unfortunately, we're probably going to get a bigger move down. Yeah, you're probably going to come back down to 3034 and then 3022. But it can still stay over 3022. So if you're dollar cost averaging down, I would, maybe wait until 3022. And you don't have to buy in, because if you're already in, then it doesn't matter, right? But if you want to get it for as cheap as possible, 3022 would be the next area, because technically you're still making a higher low and you're still maintaining an uptrend. And if 3022 breaks, then I'd say the top is in and we're probably going to get a really big move down. But I don't know how much lower it can go, being a coin on Coinbase and being at 37 million market cap only. So a lot of things to take into consideration. But good luck. I really hope you make it, and thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate that. Craig C, can you look at Tau? Yes. Sorry, I had to look at Dog and Me because I got a super chat. So, okay, so let's take a look at Tau. Taking a look at Tau on the live stream. Wow, this thing came out at 1.2K. No, March 8th. Okay, I guess we could kind of disregard that. That's fine. Yeah, so for Tau, are we getting a 618 retracement? No. So we're over the 382 at 296, so we are getting stuck at 353, which is the 0.5. As of right now, the 618, which is 421, is in play. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to 541. And then in terms of support, you are looking at 275 to 310. If we do get some sort of retracement, and if it does come back down, this area does need a hold. If it doesn't, you're going to get a bigger capitulation back down to 228. So that's pretty much it. As of right now, though, it does look like 419, 420 is in play. And once that does break, you are invalidating this downtrend. So this thing can go back up to its all-time highs, and then from there we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that at that time. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. So what's up, Aquarius? I actually did do PNG, so if you want to rewind the video, it was like one of the second coins I looked at. And we have a lot of coins to look at, so unless you want to wait until the end, I could take a look at it again. But the video is going to be posted afterwards too, so if you want to rewind it, you can see that I already did do PNG. I need Swift coin to move. Actually, that's a watch list coin, so we could get that out the way. Yeah. Taking a look at Swift coin on the live stream. So actually, Swift coin, it doesn't seem like anything has happened from the last time that we looked at Swift coin. We're still just waiting to get that confirmation breakout. So it does look like we are still consolidating in resistance. Resistance being 1 cent 20, around 1 cent 20, so 1 cent 15 to 1.5 cents. Again, good thing is you're consolidating in here. So once this does break and 1 cent 50 does break, it does look like the next target is around 2 cents 30, which is the 618. From there, back up to all-time high, and then my target at 8 cents is still valid. So I think that once we do consolidate, break up, you are looking at, again, Swift coin at around 8 cents, at the 8 cent mark. And then from there, I have no idea how high it can go. It could go parabolic, and it could go well past that, but we just have to wait and see at that point. On the downside, if it doesn't hold 1 cent 16, we are going to get a bigger move down. At that point, it would be, the next area of support would be around 1 cent, which does need to hold, and that is support on the macro time frame too. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. All right, let's do a couple more. A couple more watch list coins, like Onyx coin. Taking a look at XCN Onyx coin on the live stream. So yeah, so same with Onyx coin. It does look like it's just consolidating, which is good. As long as we stay over 1.5 cents, you are looking at retesting. So the bad thing is we're getting stuck at the 618. So we came down and we came back up and retested the 618 at around 2.5 cents twice now. So it does need to get a, it does need to get a breakout. And the breakout should send you back up to 3 cents 30, and then from there back up to the peak at 5 cents. We'll take a look at the macro targets at that point. But on the downside, it does need to stay over 1.5 cents. If it doesn't, then unfortunately we have to look at the next support areas of support on the downside. But so far so good, and so far 2.5 cents is validated. But you don't want to keep coming up here and getting rejected, because if we do, then the price action is going to get rejected, and we are going to come back down at least to 1 cent 50, if not lower. That's pretty much it for Onyx coin. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Zebic has been consolidating forever. That is true. I also do need to look at Zebic. That is a watch list coin, but yeah, it hasn't really done anything. It's just been going sideways, unfortunately. How high do you think CBC can go? I'll take a look at it in a second. Descartes, would you mind checking ABT or Toshi? Yeah, I can check. Is Toshi the part of the watch list? No, it isn't, but I'll take a look at it. Yeah, Aquarius, I'll take a look at both of those because I haven't yet. So let's do John's coin because he's a member. So what's up, John? ASM and PYR. So let's take a look at both of those coins, and then we'll take a look at Zebic, and then we'll look at ABT and Toshi. So got 5 coins in the queue. So let's take a look at ASM, PYR. Taking a look at PYR, Vulcan Forge, on the live stream. So yeah, nothing has actually happened with PYR. Nothing has changed. On the macro time frame, we are still under 226, which means that we're macro bearish. Bullish over 407. You can see we have long ways to go. And then in terms of the short time frame, it does need to stay. It does need to stay over 87 cents, because that way you're establishing a floor and you're consolidating, and then eventually you're going to move up. But again, same thing can happen. What happened here, right? So you can get consolidation, and then you can get that move up. But if that move up doesn't get us past the 236382, then the same thing that happened here is going to happen, where over here we got stuck at the 382, and then we actually made a lower low. So very important to note that. So 227, you need to get over and stay over 227, and then 40 9. Keep in mind you're still validating this downtrend, so there's a huge downtrend forming right now. With that being said, on the downside, 87 cents needs to hold. Otherwise, we don't know how low it's going to go. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Taking a look at ASM, Assemble, on the live stream. So, yeah, Assemble really hasn't been doing much from our last video. Yeah, we are just stuck in macro resistance right now. So bearish under 2 cents 16, and then bullish over 4 cents. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to 11 cents. You can see last time we actually, because the low didn't change, right? Last time we came up, had a 618 retracement, got rejected, bearish, and then we came up and made a lower high at the 0.5, bearish. So just keep in mind, you're still validating this downtrend, so we can still come back up to 4 cents too, and then make a lower high, and then get rejected and come back down in this area, in this bearish territory. So just be careful with ASM. But once we break 4 cents, then I'd say we have a reversal to the moon, and we'll look at the upside targets at that point. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Alrighty, let's take a look at Zebic. I feel like a robot, just like it's like coins on an assembly line. Woo. Got 17 bogeys in the chat. That's not bad. Can't wait to have like hundreds and hundreds of people. That would be pretty cool. All right, Zebic. Taking a look at Zebic Network on the live stream. So nothing has actually happened or changed with Zebic. Unfortunately, we're just consolidating sideways. We are staying over this low, so that's a good sign. But again, nothing is really going on with Zebic. Targets are still valid. 201 it's bearish under 201, which we've been under for a while now, and then bullish over 2012. Once that breaks, we should come back up and retest the 618 at 2018, and then from there to the moon. But as of right now, again, nothing's really happening with Zebic until we break these areas. And on the downside, it just needs to hold this previous low so we can consolidate and establish a floor. What we don't want to see is making lower lows on the chart. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Back to work, fools. Seriously. Thank you so much for checking the charts. You are very welcome. And yeah, we got to check, you said Toshi and ABT. ArcBlock had a nice move up, actually. ArcBlock had a really big move up, right? Yeah, it had a huge move up. I mean, it went down to, yeah, 44 cents, and it more than 2x. Wow. BCH update, maybe. Where do you see it going? Breaking all-time highs this cycle? Ooh, that's stretching it, but I mean, it is possible. Yeah, we'll take a look at. I got to look at ArcBlock, Toshi, and then I got to look at a couple of my coins, and then like not my coins, the watch list coins, the member coins, and then we can take a look at BCH. And yeah, that's. I'll take a look at it for you. Taking a look at Toshi on the live stream. So I don't think anything has happened from the last time that we checked Toshi, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it right now. Yeah, so Toshi's attempting to break out, I think, over the 382, right? No, not yet. Yeah, so it's still it's still stuck in resistance. 3035, bearish under 3035, bullish over 3005. Once we do get this breakout, it should send us back up to 3088. Which as of today is going to be around a 110% pump. However, on the downside, if we don't stay over 3035, we are going to come back down and retest this low. If this low does break, then we're going to be making a lower low and validating this downtrend that's forming. That's in the making. That's pretty much it for Toshi. Again, what we really want to see is a breakout over 3005. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. And then ArcBlock, taking a look at ArcBlock on the live stream. So ArcBlock had a very nice move up, very big move up actually. So we are still hitting the downtrend, and it looks like we did come up to the 382 and get rejected. So $1 needs to break. Once that breaks, it should invalidate this downtrend and send us back up to $1.87. However, you can see we actually got rejected at $1. So that's not good. On the downside, it needs to stay over 69 cents, 70 cents. And if it doesn't, then we are going to probably come back down here and possibly make a lower low and validate this downtrend that we're in. So just be careful with that. But again, on the upside, if we do get the next move up and it does take us over $1 and get us over that, you're invalidating this downtrend that's forming, and $1.87 would be in play. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. How high do I think Zebic? I have no idea. I wish I had the answers. I really do, but I don't. I have no idea. I know you want to hear, like, oh, it could go to like a dollar, you know, because that's what I do. I always like, oh, I do that too, and I just want to hear it, but I really don't know. Like, I don't even know how high my coin's gonna go. I'm just hoping that it at least does a 618 retracement, right? So what's a 618 retracement? Yeah, so like 31 cents, which isn't even that much to ask. It's like, yeah, 300% pump. That's not life-changing. So, but it's still good money. Let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at ApeCoin, Terra, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin Cash. I remember I used to have Bitcoin Cash back in the day. I liked Bitcoin Cash. Taking a look at ApeCoin on the live stream. So, yeah, ApeCoin really hasn't done much. I've been saying the same thing over and over again each week for the update videos. So with ApeCoin, bearish under 97 cents, bullish over $1.83. We could come up to either of these levels and still get rejected, come back down, make a lower low. Okay, so just keep that in mind. On the shorter time frame for ApeCoin, it does look like we are getting stuck at the 236 at 54 cents. Once that breaks, it should send us to 71 and then $1.09. But again, our main target is getting over the macro 236. On the downside, it just needs to establish a floor, and it does need to stay over 34 cents. If it doesn't, we're just going to be validating this downtrend that's forming, which is not bullish at all. But honestly, for ApeCoin, we're just waiting for NFTs to become hot again. And then once they do, these NFT coins are just going to go parabolic, in my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much it for ApeCoin. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. TCU's in the house. Let's go. The Crypto Undead. Make sure you guys go check out the channel. He is another crypto YouTuber that I watch and follow. So yeah, definitely go check him out. He's great. Also, when you're going live, when you're going live, I'm assuming you're going live soon. So if anybody gets bored over here, definitely go check out the Crypto Undead. Or if you get bored, or if you ask for price action, just go ask Crypto Undead what the targets are, resistance and support, and then see how similar targets we get, or different targets, right? So definitely go check him out. I think he's going live soon, because yeah, I usually go live around like 10, 11 my time on Saturdays. So yeah. Let's do Terra Luna, and then we'll do Bitcoin Cash. So taking a look at a Terra Luna Classic. Yeah, so nothing has really changed with Luna Classic. Unfortunately, it's still bearish. It's still under the 236, which is bearish. So bearish under 4072, bullish over 3001. Once that breaks, it should send you back up to retesting the 618 at 3023. And then if we can get a breakout, meaning we don't get smacked back down, once we do get a breakout and stay over it, then again, you're looking at big moves up, 304, and then back up to its previous high on this chart, because obviously we know this isn't the full chart. And then on the downside, it just needs to, we don't know how low it's going to go. There is no more support. It does need to establish a floor. So I'd say, 4046 to 405 needs to hold. If it doesn't, we're probably going to come back down and retest this previous wick, fill the previous wick at 4034. And with that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Couple hours, nice. So we'll definitely go check him out when he goes live. I'll probably like throw you on my phone too, because why not? Yeah, I'm gonna be live for, I want to say, because yeah, I mean it's Saturday. I want to be live. I'm probably gonna be live for like how long? So I started at 9. So let's say 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Maybe like 3 hours. So maybe 12. So maybe like 2 more hours. Two more or 3 more hours. I don't know, depending on how everything goes. But yeah, today's gonna be a long live stream because I work on the weekdays and I only live stream on Mondays and Thursdays, and it's usually after work at 5 p.m. So I can really only do 2 days before I get completely burnt out. And videos after work, because I do my videos after work and then I do my live streams after work on Mondays and Thursdays. And so today I'm like, ooh, it's Saturday, so I want to make my Saturday live streams like 4 hours. 2 weeks ago I did a 7.5 hour, 8 hour live stream, but I don't think I can do that again. Maybe I can if I get some coffee or something, or like drink caffeine, or not coffee, but make another mushroom coffee thing that I drink, Rise or whatever it's called. Anyway, yeah, so definitely fun. A lot of these coins look like DCBs, unfortunately. Let's hit the like. Let's go. Everybody hit the like. How many likes am I at? What? I'm at 13 likes. Let's go. Yeah, so let's take a look at BCH before that guy freaks out and says, you didn't look at my coin. And then we'll take a look at the chats. Taking a look at Bitcoin Cash on the live stream. So Bitcoin Cash, I mean, it is still technically maintaining an uptrend, and it's not even close to its 2023 lows. So right off the bat, congratulations on that. On the macro time frame for Bitcoin Cash, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to draw this, but we are still macro bullish because we're over 346. So as long as we're over 346, I'd say 908 is in play. Unfortunately, last time we got rejected at 0.5 twice. So again, that is an area of resistance at 560. But if we do, hopefully we don't get rejected again. But generally speaking, once we do break the 382, 618 retracement would be in play. And in this case, it would be 908. Once that breaks, you're looking at 1805. And you could see that the last cycle, we actually came very close and almost tagged it before we fell off the table. So that's still in play. And then from there, again, you're looking at previous highs at 4.3K. But again, we just have to kind of monitor it and take it a step at a time. And as of right now, again, 346 needs to hold, 914 is in play. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, man, get it done. I'll wait till you're done. Oh, you don't got to do that, but I mean, I'll probably be done. Well, you said 2 hours, right? So a couple hours, so 2 hours. Yeah, so 2 hours would be 10, 11, 12. So yeah, if you want to go live at 12, that's good enough for me. 3 hours is good enough for me. I'll probably call it at then because I got some stuff to do, so I'll just throw on your live stream, and I could just check out your live stream afterwards. But you also let me know when you're going live, so I could let people know, hey, TCU's live. Make sure you guys go check them out. What other coins? Oh, AWR. Okay, so let's take a look at Dogelon and Spell Token, and then we'll take a look at AWR. Taking a look at Spell Token on the live stream. So we've been saying the same thing over and over again for weeks now, for now over a year almost. So nothing is bullish with Spell Token, unfortunately, until we break 95. Yeah, so I guess 2 zeros 1, but I need to use the the Coinbase graph. There we go. So nothing is bullish on the macro time frame until we break 3 zeros 95. Bullish over 2 zeros 18, which you could see that we did get rejected at twice. So not good, because usually when we do break over the 382, 618 retracement will be in play. Unfortunately, both times we came back down and we were bearish, because bearish under 3 zeros 95 on the macro time frame. In terms of support, there is no more support. I guess, yeah, I mean, we could still say 205 is support. We did get a nice little bounce from that point. But again, what we really want to see is getting over at 3095. And on the downsides, 3005 needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going to come back down to these lows at 3033, and hopefully we don't break the previous floor. And with that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. AWR. Wait, what is this? Is this like some sort of a gamble coin? All will retire? Can you confirm that this is the right coin? And then in the meantime, I could take a look at TCU for the 2 beans. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much for the 2 beans. That is really awesome. TCU with the with the super chat. Let's go. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the cats, the crypto cats that I'm gonna try to help. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Let's see. Taking a look at Dogelon on Mars on the live stream. So Dogelon on Mars, again, we've been saying the same thing for a couple of, I mean, every single week now. Nothing is bullish with Dogelon on Mars, unfortunately, until we break 602, and then bullish over 6033. Once that breaks, it should take us back up to the 618, which last time this happened, we got very close, but unfortunately, we didn't have a follow through, so we never really tagged the 618. But we did break the 0.5, and then we got sent back down to the shadow realm. So very simple for Dogelon on Mars on the macro time frame. Nothing is bearish. We have long ways to go, and once we do break these areas, and as long as we can establish a floor over this previous low, we should be fine. And I think that is also support, right? Yeah, so that also does coincide with support here at the 786 at 601. You can see we actually came down and tagged it twice, and then got a reversal. So with that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. I can't wait to one day look up Dogelon on Mars and we're basically all the way up here, and we're looking at price discovery and all-time highs. That's the goal, and that's the hope for Dogelon on Mars. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. I would have thought BCH would be 1K when BTC hits 100K. Dude, I mean, I would have thought Bitcoin Cash would have been like 5K, because wasn't Bitcoin Cash the very first fork from Bitcoin? You know what coin's going up a lot, which is crazy? This one. I remember when this coin came out, actually. Yeah, I remember when they forked Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision from Bitcoin Cash. What's up, RL Morphs? How are you? Dogelon on Mars, let's go. Taking a look at XRP on the live stream. Yeah, so nothing has happened or changed from last week's update video with XRP. Like we've been saying, yeah, so as long as it stays over $1.62 on the shorter time frame, it's still very, very, very bullish, and we're actually over the 236. So as long as we could stay over this box at 215 to 162, we will be very bullish on the shorter time frame. And then my target at 650 is still in place. So at any point, again, what we really want to see is a breakout, and then 650, 640, whatever, 650 around this area. around the $6.50 mark is still valid. Once we do break out of this downtrend, and given that we are over support right now, I'd say it's very, very bullish. And again, 642, 650 is in play right now. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And thank you so much. Let's see. Am I missing something? Am I missing any coins? No, I'm not missing any coins. Yeah, so we'll just keep going with the coins. Watchlist coins. Taking a look at Digibytes on the live stream. How's Digibyte doing? Yeah, so Digibyte's not doing anything. There are only a very few coins in this bull market, or in the altcoins right now, even though it's Bitcoin season, that are going up and going parabolic, which is unfortunate. You can see we got stuck at the 382 twice now with Digibyte around 2 cents, and both times we got smacked back down under resistance at 1 cent 17. So bearish under 1 cent 17, bullish over around 2 cents. And that's pretty much it for Digibyte. What we don't want to see is making a lower low, which we did do back in November of 2024. Although we did get a massive pump back up, we're not necessarily holding it right now. It did send us back down below resistance. So it does need to establish a floor over 205, and as of right now, 1 cent 17, 1 cent 19 around this area is resistance. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to 2 cents. And then once we actually end up breaking attempting to break the third time, the 382 at 2 cents, we are looking at Digibyte around 4 cents 60, which as of today is going to be around almost a 400% pump. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see what this is. So we already did Tau. We already did BitTensor Tau, but I could take a look at it again. Yeah, so we could take a look at BitTensor again, but we already did look at Tau. Let's see. Yeah, so for Tau, what chart do we use? We use KuCoin, right? Yeah. So for Tau, we said, we're still in a downtrend right now. We are still getting stuck. Yeah, so we got stuck at the 0.5. Bullish over $294. And then right now, 419, 420 is in play. Once that breaks again, you're breaking this downtrend. From there, next area of resistance is 540 and then previous high. But again, it does need to stay over 296. If it doesn't, we're probably going to get a bigger capitulation down to around 227. That's pretty much it for Tau. No financial advice. Man, drinking so much water. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Tron. I actually added Tron because it has 1 million people on the watch list. So that is a lot of people. Taking a look at Tron on the live stream. Wow, I guess I should have just bought Tron, right? Yeah, so for Tron, this thing has a crazy graph. I don't even know how to necessarily do TA on it, but I'd say as long as it stays over 17.5 cents, it's very, very, very bullish. So 18, let's just say Yeah, 17.5 cents. And then, I mean, as of right now, this coin is very strong. So, I mean, very, very basic uptrend, right? So yeah, once we break 27 cents, the next area would be 33 cents. And then from there, you're looking at previous highs. And once we break the previous highs, 75 cents would be in play for Tron. But on the downside, again, 17.5 cents does need to hold. And we can still get stuck at 27 cents. So we do need to break and stay over 27.5 cents. And then 33 cents would be in play, retesting 45 cents, all-time highs at 75 cents. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Gosh, Bitcoin, Buttcoin. How's Buttcoin doing? That's funny. Wow. Or what's a Fartcoin? Wow, Fartcoin's $1 billion market cap. That's crazy. How's that even possible? Lame. Let's do Ethereum. Taking a look at Ethereum on the live stream. Yeah, so we just did an update video on Ethereum. So very simple, actually. Ethereum, it held, did it hold support? Yeah, so we actually held the 618 at 1583. We did get a nasty sell-off, but then we actually got a nice little bounce over it. So that is still valid support. If 1583 doesn't hold, 1221 is in play. And then on the upside, it does look like we are getting some sort of recovery rally, but just be careful because we are in resistance right now. So we have resistance between 1779 and 2087. Once this breaks, it just sends back up to 2.7K and invalidate this downtrend, but we can still come back up to these levels, get rejected, and come back down. At that point, 1580 does need a hold. Otherwise, 1200 is in play. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Ross Jin, what the heck, for 10. Ross Jin for 10, let's go. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's awesome. Really appreciate you and TCU content. Yes. Thoughts on why DOT is not performing like other coins? Seems to be holding firm. Curious if it will run up soon. Yeah, you know, I was looking at Polkadot, and there's a couple of things why I was completely turned off to it, and it's because they have a unlimited max supply, so they're constantly bringing out coins, right? If you look at the market cap to price, you can see that. Okay, like for example, right now the market cap is 6.2 billion, and the price is $4.28, right? Back here. Like for example, right here, the market cap was 6.49 billion on December 30th, 2020. So you see how it's like relatively close. So on December, in December it was $7.25. Yeah, December 30th right here. So you see the dates match. Man, I have to barely tap it. Hold on. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Alright, I can't. My mouse is too sent. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So you see how so right now on December 30th, the market cap was the same price, but the price was $7.20, which is around half of what the price is. So a little bit less than half, like 40%. You're looking at $4 and $7.25. So I don't like that. I hate coins that do that. I hate coins that bring out coins and don't have burning mechanism. It's very inflationary. And what that means is throughout the course of the last 5 years, they've been, 5 years now, they've been releasing coins, which obviously performs negatively on the price, okay? So the price is going to be suppressed. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to zero or it's not going to go up. It just means that there's a lot more volume and money that and a lot of more buying pressure that needs to come in to get back up to the all-time highs. And just remember that if it does get back to the all-time highs on the price, the market cap is going to be making a new all-time high. So even though the price is the same, the market cap is going to be higher, which again, just I hope you understand. I'm not saying that's the reason, that's the entire reason why Polkadot isn't moving. I'm just saying that that's one of the things that you should take into account. I don't know if Polkadot does any burns or anything like that. Now, in terms of price action, yeah, so in terms of price action, let's look at the RSI and the stock RSI. Oh my gosh, there we go. We don't want it on the week, we want it on the weekly. Yeah, so it looks like Polkadot, is gearing up for a big move up. So I know it sounds like you're getting impatient, and maybe just wait, because look, the RSI is literally curling up right now, okay? So the RSI is curling, the stock RSI is curling up on the weekly, and the RSI just moved the crossing, the moving average. So again, every time that really happens, you get a really big move up. So for example, let me show you. So last time we got that was here. Oops, where's it? There, hold on. Oh my gosh. Last time we got that was here. Here. These are all bearish though. So I guess in a bull market setting, right? Okay, so like for example, we were oversold. Sorry, the stock RSI was completely reset, and we had a 88% move up. The stock RSI was down here, and we had a 245% move up. The stock RSI was completely reset, and we had a 200% move up. So what I'm saying is that we're about to have this. We're about to have a really big move up. I don't know. The thing is that again, you don't really necessarily know how high these moves up is going to take you. So for example, last time, actually the last two times, look, we got rejected at the 382 at $9.60. So is this time going to be that time where it's going to break the 382 and go to $18.82? Well, that's your hope. That's everyone's hope, right? That's what I would have said over here. Over here, I would have been like, hey, once we break $9.60, $18.82 will be in play. Same here. Okay, so we didn't break it. We came all the way back down to the low. Now we did the same thing. 960, 1880 would be in play. So we're going to do the same thing right now, right? Where once this thing resets, and once this thing goes up, and I see the RSI, and you come back in here, you're like, hey, can you look at Polkadot? We're going to be looking at the RSI, because again, when the RSI is overbought, that's pretty much it, right? Unless you get really lucky and it stays over here for a couple of weeks and you just go parabolic, okay? So once the stock RSI goes up and once the RSI goes up, we'll see where the price is, and what we really want to see is at least over $9.68, and then we could say 1882 would be in play. But that's what I think about DOTs. So if you're trying to get out of it, or if you're done with it or whatever, just wait until we get this big move up. And when we do get this big move up, and who knows, this big move up might be the start of the actual alt season, right? So don't necessarily sell early, and just wait to see what happens. But that's pretty much it for Polkadot. I really appreciate the 10. I hope all that information made sense with releasing supply, market cap. Because look, like even the market cap back up to its all-time high is a 12x, okay? So the market cap is going to be around, so 10x would be, let's just say 75 billion. Yeah, 75 billion, okay? The highest market cap this has ever been was 52 billion. So that means that there's $25 billion worth of DOT in circulation now if it goes up that high. So there's a lot of like money that that would need to, that a lot of buying pressure that would need to come in for that to happen. So anyway, I hope that made sense. No financial advice, just my opinion. And I know that's a lot of information. And again, thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate it. Coinbase Insights is kind of misleading. I hope they get freaking sued. What's up, Matthew Dropco? I'm late. I'm listening while working out. Same. That's what I usually do when I watch Vision's live stream. I'm like usually working out, not drinking. Never mind. That's like never mind. I'm usually always listening to Vision while I'm working out too. It's just funny that those are the times that he goes live. Yeah, it's got me in FOMO. Well, that's good reason because look, I just showed you. Like if there's any time to buy, it would be right now because the stock RSI is literally curling up. You could see it on the screen, and the RSI just broke the moving average. So if there's any time, but like you have to decide. Like don't get greedy if you see it like because you know this isn't that big of a move up, and I get it, right? So this was like 100. This was like 200%. That's still a lot of money, right? So 10 grand is not 30 grand. That's still a lot of money. But again, we're all stuck in this like, oh, this is it. This is the time that it's going to go up. And if you didn't sell, then it came all the way back down. And it came all the way back down twice. Okay. So this is what happened with me and Dojo on Mars. It came all the way back down twice. I have a decent bag at $3 and considering adding. That's not bad. If your average is $3, then you're solid. You're golden. Wait until this goes up, and then next time we look at it, and when the stock RSI and the RSI is in the green, that's when I'm going to be like, hey, just FYI, we're basically at a top right now. So in case we don't stay in overbought, and we make because there's some coins that literally do this. When you get this, it stays in here for a couple weeks, and you just keep making those higher highs and those monster moves up. We've all seen that. And that's what, like, again, 99% of the time, that's not what happens. But that one time that you sell, that's what's going to happen. Guaranteed almost, right? So you have to decide, hey, am I going to sell now or am I going to hold it and risk it for the biscuit? So good luck, though. I'll keep taking a look at it. And I'll keep taking a look at it. Obviously, just keep coming by and I'll take a look at it for you. I'm going to keep monitoring the stock RSI and the RSI. Yo, love the live stream. How often do you live stream like this? I do it Mondays after work at 5 p.m., Thursdays after work at 5 p.m., and then Saturdays Saturdays and or Sundays. So in the morning because I don't work on Saturdays or Sundays. So if you want to come by, definitely check it out on Mondays, Thursdays, or Fridays. Mondays, Thursdays, or weekends. Bonk and Mog. Oh, I could take a look at. Oh, I already. Oh no, I didn't. Let's take a look at Mog for Matthew Dropco, and then we'll take a look at everyone else's coins. I have to take care of the super chat first, and then I have to take care of member coins, and then we'll take a look at everyone else's coins. So, bear with me. Taking a look at Mog on the live stream. Wow, I wish I would have bought Mog when it dipped. But yeah, I mean, massive move down. Like I said last time, I mean, we literally, this would have been an ideal time to buy, which is this support at 603. Beautiful bounce from there. I mean, this bounce was 163%. So for Mog is a beast. So congratulations to whoever bought. Just keep in mind on the, just keep in mind we're getting stuck at resistance right now at 6074, which is the 382. Once this breaks, it should send us back up to 5014, which is eating a zero. But again, just be careful because we did get stuck at the 382, and this is resistance. So on the way up, once 6074 breaks, 5014 is in play. On the way down, 6049 needs to hold. If it doesn't, we are going to come back down to these previous lows. With that being said, not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Alex with the membership. Let's go. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Crypto Cats. Welcome to the welcome to the Bitcoin show. Heck yeah. We're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it, guys. Bitcoin's at what, like 90, what is it, like 90K? Fartcoin's at $1. Yeah, 94K. That's crazy. You know, it's crazy. What's crazy is that like, um, so fun story. So for work, we have a banker, and it's funny because back in 2018 and 2019, this guy, he works at Bank of America, and he came by, like he would come by, obviously do like wellness checks, not wellness checks, but you know, like just a, oh hey, how's everything going, blah blah blah. Anyway, so I never had Bank of America. I have like Capital One, and then I had another bank, and I was like, hey, like, just out of curiosity, does Bank of America, do you guys do crypto with Bank of America? Because I have Coinbase, but I would love to have like one centralized location for my money and my investments, like for Bitcoin. And at that time, it was XLM Stellar Lumens, because I was really big on Stellar Lumens and Bitcoin. And I remember he looked at me, he was like, yeah, that's like, what did he say? He said, no, no, that's all scam, not worth it, blah, blah, blah. Like, just, he said something like that, stay away from that stuff. Bank of America has, like, Bitcoin, it's never going to be like in the banking system. And that was in 2018, 19. Yeah, so back here when Bitcoin is like $7,000. And I remember I was like, okay, well, that sucks, but it's just funny, like looking back at it, and now it's like 10x, it's like 90 grand. So I think we're gonna do fine as long as we have good coins. Let's see. What's up, Alex? Welcome to the Crypto Cats. Can you check AXGT? Very small market cap, but it's like XRP 2.0. I'm assuming it's gonna be on here, right? AXGT. Can you confirm this is the right coin? If you could confirm this is the right coin. UTCU, Caesar are my favorites. Down to earth, no BS, no crypto content. Hope you best success. Hey, thank you so much, Roskin. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, hey, your videos are too short. And I'm like, yeah, but that's like, what else do you want me to talk about? You know, like, these are supports. These are the indicators. These are the areas where if you don't get too greedy, you can make money. And it's really, really, really that simple. There's no like opinion or talking about it. I don't know. Like this coin, I don't know. This could be the next Bitcoin. But what I've learned is you never talk down or never say any coin is a scam, because everything has the potential of going up. But again, there are some cases where it is rugged and it is unfortunate, and there's nothing, I don't know, right? Nobody really knows. But I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. Yes, this is the one. Okay, so perfect. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so taking a look at, man, 14 cents? No. Okay, like, first of all, I don't even, let me see if I can find it on Dex Screener. Yeah, this is 37. No, this is the wrong coin. I have to find it. Give me a second. No, this is also not the right coin. February 2024. Oh, wait. 1236, 1260. Yeah, this is the right coin. So it peaked at 85. Yeah, I think this is the right chart. So, okay, so taking a look at AXGT, the fully diluted is 109 million. Why is it varying? Why is it vary? Oh, it's because it's not confirmed. That's why. But it has 1 billion total supply. Okay, there we go. So this is the right chart. Sorry about that. I had to find it. Okay, so taking a look at this coin, yeah, so it's bearish under 14 cents, bullish over 21 cents. Once that breaks, you're retesting 39 cents on the macro time frame, and then from there back up to its all-time high, and then you're looking at price discovery up to $5. As of today, that is around a 7x back up to its all-time high, which is going to put the market cap around 140. So back up, yeah. So they haven't released any coins because you can see the all-time high is 140. So 7x would put it back at 140. So they haven't released any coins, but just be careful with this because the self-reporting circulation hasn't been verified. So the market cap hasn't been verified. On the downside, again, there is no more. Yeah, you just need to establish over this floor. It looks like you've double bottomed. So this area does need a hold. And as of right now, 15 cents and 21 cents is in play. Once that breaks, again, you're looking at 38. And then from there back up to its all-time high. And then once this thing double tops and breaks, $5 is its price discovery up to $5. So I'm not saying it's going to go that high. I'm just saying do we have a target up there? And it could go to $3 or $4 or $5 and stop and then come back down, and it could be bearish. So not financial advice, just my opinion. I hope that made sense. And thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate that. Free lightning for 5 beans. Let's go. Appreciate all you do. Here's a list. You don't have to go over all of them. Your pick. SHIB, Swiftcoin, GST, Moonwell, Toshi, Turbo. Damn, I did most of those. We could take a look at it though. We actually did some of those coins earlier. I'll take a look at them though. Yeah, and sweet. I'm gonna get to it. I have to do the super chats first. So let's take a look at SHIB. Taking a look at Shiba Inu on the live stream. So what the heck? Yeah, taking a look at Shiba Inu. So on the shorter time frame, it looks like we are getting stuck, which we are, at resistance at 4013 to 4016. Once this area does break, you're looking at retesting the 618 at 402. And then from there, we'll look at it on the macro time frame. But for Shiba Inu, as long as it comes down and stays over 4013, it is still technically the targets on the upside are still valid at 4016 and then 4002. But if at any point it does break below 4013, we are probably going to get a bigger move down to 4011, and that would be the next area of support. Once this does break, we'll take a look at it on the macro time frame. But until then, it can come back to either of these levels and then come back down to make a lower low and then validate this downtrend. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Alex, AGT looks very interesting. Viewed its website, white sheet, watching. Building the future of decentralized health through decentralized science. What is this? Huh. What does that mean? Oh, it's like it's like for health insurance and stuff, right? Research study protocol system. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess this is a pretty interesting coin. It's on Uniswap right now too, so I don't have Uniswap, but This would be pretty interesting to get into before it gets a whole bunch of listings. In theory, if it does, then you guys are going to be making all the money. So congratulations in advance. I have to close the door because there's someone doing the landscaping work. It's okay. There we go. Alrighty, so let's see. Yeah, lots of friends of mine have told me about it. It looks nice. Yeah, that's very interesting coin. Swift coin, GST, Moonwell. Let's take a look at Moonwell because we haven't yet. Taking a look at Moonwell on the live stream. So for Moonwell, I think it had a nice move up. Yeah, it had a really nice move up actually. So for Moonwell, it does seem like on the shorter time frame we are still getting stuck. So you can see we came up to the 382 and we never broke over it. We did get stuck at 3 cents 20. So very simple for Moonwell. Once we get over 3 cents 20, 5 cents 20 is in play, which is a really big move up. You are still technically in a downtrend, even if it comes up to the 618. That's the 618 retracement. So at that time, you have to decide, hey, is this it or is this going to go parabolic? If it does go parabolic, then you are probably going to be making a higher high and validating this uptrend and higher high chart that you have over here. On the downside, 2 cents 40 does need a hold. If that doesn't, we are probably going to get a bigger move down. The next area of support would be around 2 cents for Moonwell. But again, so far so good. I don't like the fact that it gets stuck at the 382. But again, it just means that we're probably going to get some sort of cool off period before we go and retest it and break and get to 5 cents 20. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Let's do Turbo. So we did Turbo, but let's do Turbo because it's up so much right now. It's crazy. Yeah, so I think Turbo had a 618 retracement, so just be careful. Yeah, so for Turbo, it looks like we did get a 618 retracement in 580. So it's the same thing, same concept with Moonwell. So like you see, we kind of got rejected at the 382, and then we like broke out, and once we broke out, we hit the 618. So that's why a lot of times that's a lot of times every single time that's what the chart reads. So that's what I do with every single one of your guys' coins, right? So we did get a 618 retracement. So at this point, you have to decide, hey, is this it or is this going to break out? Because once this thing breaks out, the next area of support resistance is 2.086 and then 1 cent 40, and then from there you're looking at 6 cents for Turbo. In terms of support, if we do break down, it does need to hold 3 cents 40 to 4 cents 20. So I'd say bullish over either of these points. It could come back down, go up, come back down, go up. But at any point, if we do break below this box, then we are going to get a bigger move down for Turbo. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And then GST. So we also did do GST. Yeah, I'll take a look at DIA and Beam too. It's just I have to do the member and super chats first. GST. So we already did GST, but nothing really to see here with GST Lightning. So you can see we are still macro bearish because we're under 3 cents 20, and then bullish over 9 cents 60. On the shorter time frame, I mean, really not much to work with here. 2 zeros 87 and then 1 cent 11. It could come back up to 1 cent 70 and still be bearish. On the downside, it just needs to establish a floor over this previous low at 2 zeros 56. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Thank you so much for the 5 beans. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. And yeah, that's it. So you want DIA, Beam, Milady. Okay, so let's take a look at, let's do DIA and then Milady. Taking a look at DIA on the live stream. So let's see. Yeah, DIA had a nice move up. I don't think we're bullish on the macro time frame just yet. Yeah, so bullish over 74 cents on the macro time frame. And then once that breaks, then we can start taking a look at it at that point. On the shorter time frame, We did break the 382 at 49 cents. So as of right now, as long as it stays over 49 cents, you're looking at retesting 72 cents. And that's pretty much it for DIA. If at any point we do break below 49 cents, we do need to stay over 44 cents, which is the 236. Otherwise, the price action is going to be sent back down to bearish territory. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Milady. Hey, ladies. Wrong one. What the heck? Oh, it's ladies, like that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so let's see what happened. Yeah, so for Milady, taking a look at Milady on the live stream, so our chart hasn't necessarily changed from the last time that we drew it. It's still staying over 7/0s/18, and as long as we can get some sort of reversal and get to 7/0s/55 to 7/0s/86, then we're going to be breaking out of this downtrend, and then 6/0s/16 would be in play. But just keep in mind, we're still in this downtrend. Nothing has changed from the last time that we looked at it, and we're still under 7/0s/55. So the price to be right now would be 7/0s/55 and 7/0s/86. This would be considered resistance. So once we break out of here, I'd say Milady to the moon. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. What is that? Zora. What a scam. Is this one of the coins that Coinbase listed? Dude, run for the hills. This coin, this coin's gonna go to zero. Gosh, I hate Coinbase. Listing coin, eventually people are gonna put two and two together and be like, whoa, they list coins and then just dump on retail. Freaking scam. Yeah, good luck with Zora. That's just good luck with Zora. Voxel. Oh yeah, I remember you asked for that. I got stuck with the super chats and the member coins, but I'll take a look at Voxel for you now. Taking a look at Voxel Voxies for you on the live stream. Yeah, so Voxel had a nice move up. I think we are still in resistance. Yeah, so we're still in the resistance. The good thing is that we're over 7/34. So as long as we stay over 7/34, 16 cents would be in play, which is basically coming back up and retesting it. Once that breaks, you are macro bullish, 59 cents would be in play. But at any point, if we do fall below 7/29, I'd say the next area of support for Voxies is going to be, 4/60. And then if that doesn't hold, then this thing's going to come back down to the lows, if not make a lower low. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. No, it will pump. Look at VVV did. Look at VVV. It did the same thing and it pumped 3x. What the heck is VVV? VVV. What do you mean? It pumps from here? Yeah. Oh, you're talking about here. Let's see. Yeah, but that's if you bought the low, right? Yeah, pump 3x. But that's if you bought the low. So are you buying the low right now? Look at this. How is Coinbase not getting in trouble for this? Look at this. Just 90, like you put in $1,000 when it came out, bam, you're down to $100. Giovanni, I already did Dog and Me, so we already looked at Dog and Me. So if you want to rewind the video or wait until afterwards, I'm going to be posting the video, the update video on it. I'm just waiting for Monday to see if BTC hits 97K. What's happening on Monday? Did I miss something? Is something happening on Monday? Brett Virtual's arrow. Okay, so let's take a look. Brett's. Yeah, so this is actually very, very simple. Taking a look at Brett on the live stream. So nothing has happened and nothing has changed with the chart from last time. So we said we had resistance at 4 cents 40 to 6 cents. Once that breaks, 618 retracement at 10 cents is in play. You can see we actually got stuck in resistance and then we blew out. Now we're over it. So as of right now, as long as we're over this box, the 618 is in play at 10 cents. Very simple for Brett. And then once that breaks, this thing's going back up to the all-time high. And then from there, you're looking at up to 86 cents. But at any point, this could still get rejected at 7 cents 80, 10 cents, and then come back down. And then on the way down, we will look at areas of support at that time. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, congrats on Brett. What a good move up. What's screwing up Coinbase is they keep adding new coins and it gives people too many choices and they don't buy the things like SHIB or MOG or Pepe. That's true. People forgot about OXT. Yeah, no, I get it. It's just like there's only so much money to go around, you know. How long are you staying on today? Well, probably for another hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Coinbase definitely losing credibility. Absolutely. I think so. I envision the Coinbase leadership being identical to the Wolf of Wall Street dudes. I hope they get sued. I really do. I think there's a lot of fraudulent and unmoral things happening there. So I do hope that one day they get audited and like the information that they know and how they list coins and how they take on coins and the money exchange that happens on the back end beforehand. I hope all that comes to light because it's really like, imagine me knowing like, hey, I'm going to list this coin and people are going to buy it and it's going to go down 90%. Like, how are they okay with that? You know, a real market, a true trade, like a free market would just not market manipulation would be like, hey, I'm an exchange. You're gonna list this coin, and people are gonna buy, people are gonna sell. If they like the coin, they like the coin. If not, it's going to zero, right? I don't know. There's a lot more like things that need to go behind that in my opinion. I just don't think it's fair. Yeah, and then like the other side of it would be like, oh well, you have the opportunity to make money, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, let's balance it out a little bit. No, it's hitting 94. I think it will be stuck in 94 maybe for one more week. But my opinion is if 97 we go to the moon, well, that will be over the 618. So yes. They don't have leverage, so they're trying to scam other ways. For me, we'll see pullback before Bitcoin reaches 100K again. Also, because looking at the USDT dominance, it is about to pump. I think we will see a healthy pullback first before we continue higher. Coinbase and Binance are becoming shady once Orange Dude came into office. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're getting away with a lot more than they like. But don't worry, in the future it'll come out when it all balances out. I think like in the future, it's like, oh, like what they think we're just gonna like forget about it, you know? They think it's just going to get swept under the rug? No, someone's going to pay the price. There's always a price to pay. Oh, what's up? What's up, Cucumber Line? Counterpoint, what's an alternative fiat on/off ramp? Coinbase 2018, 2019 Coinbase was like the place to be. Because they list Atom, it goes up like 100, 200% right away. Any Coinbase listing would have been up like 200, 300%. It's crazy back in the day. I remember that. And now it's not even like that at all. Cucumber Lime, what do you mean? Counterpoint, what's an alternative fiat on/off ramp? I don't understand that question. But let's take a look at virtuals really quick. Taking a look at virtuals protocol on the live stream. So yeah, virtuals had a nice move up right now. I think we are still getting stuck at resistance, which we are. So we did get stuck at $1.08. Once this breaks again, $1.96 would be in play. On the downside, we just need to stay over 75 cents. So very simple. From that point, if it does break below, we will be bearish again on the short time frame, and then we'll look at areas of support. But as of right now, if we manage to get over $1.08, $1.97 would be in play. Same thing that we say every single time. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. I mean, get fiat in and out of crypto. Oh, what's an alternative fiat? What, like USDC? I'm assuming, or Tether, right? I would do USDC or Tether. These are both of these currencies. I mean, you could technically also do. I mean, it depends. Are you using it like to exchange on swaps, like Ethereum, Solana, Phantom. Let's take a look at Jasmine, Cardano, and then we'll take a look at the chat again. See if anybody else is asking for any other coins. Taking a look at Jasmine on the live stream. So making an update video. I don't think anything has really happened. Yeah, from the last time that we looked at it. So on the macro time frame, we are attempting to get, so we did get back over 1 cent 70. This is very crucial because as long as we get over 170, it is going to be macro bullish, and 5 cents 30 would be in play. Okay, exactly what we said before back in last year, where we were over the 382 and we said the 618 is in play. So whoever ended up selling at that point, that's good. But again, we could break through the 618. The next area of resistance would be 11 cents 85 from there. So we just don't know how high these coins are going to go. So from the high to the low on the shorter time frame, we did break also the 382 here. So those coincide perfectly with the macro time frame. 2 cents 70 is in play as long as we stay over 1 cent 74. On the way down, it does need to stay over 1 cent 30. Otherwise, on the shorter time frame, we are going to be bearish in bearish territory, and this previous floor does need to hold at 208. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Plenty of opportunity and room to make money. We're just greedy. Like, we're just very greedy. That's what the problem is. They got busted. I thought what amounted to insider. They got busted. I thought for what amounted to insider trading. They emailed certain friends and employees and told them they were gonna list a week or so. That's so shady. Yeah, I heard people were getting rich back with Coinbase. They will sell, then buy their coin, and then repeat the process again. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're going to sell their coin, and then once people think that their coin is dead, they're going to pump it, and then that's going to get a whole bunch of people saying, oh my God, it's okay. And they're going to do the same thing and then just dump it. It's such a Ponzi scheme. Like, that's why I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are really the only two coins. And after the cycle, those are after Bitcoin. I think I'm a buyer for 30 to 40K Bitcoin, and then Ethereum probably around 1 to 800 to 1.2K would be my Ethereum buy. How do you feel about the end of the month for Bitcoin? I think we're about to drop off the table, but yeah, I think we're about to go down because we're getting stuck at the 618. So look, we're getting stuck at the 618. This is not good. Yeah, I think Bitcoin's getting stuck at the 618 here. So I don't think it's good until we break out. If we do break out, then 100K would be next area of resistance. And then, yeah, I think that 85K would be in play if we do get a big capitulation down, which will absolutely decimate altcoins. But I mean, regardless, man, this kind of sucks because we never got a alt season. You know, look at this garbage. You know, the Ethereum dominance is still floored. We never got alt season. It's just insane and crazy to me that we never got alt season. We actually ended up going down the entire bear market, and Ethereum didn't do anything. So very, very, very unfortunate. About 2 years ago, I was part of a class action lawsuit based off their spending amount. Wait, Craig C, are you talking about a Coinbase lawsuit? Class action lawsuit? Because I wish I would have gotten that. If it's Coinbase, then I must have missed it. Cucumber, yo, that's why I was looking at come down to 85K and fill out inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, exactly. Like 85K, I think I mean, it's still going to be risky buying there, but I think maybe we'll get alt season at 85K, and you do have an inverse head and shoulder, right? Yeah, I mean, if we go down, and then, I mean, technically you're still maintaining this uptrend too. But I think 85K is my target, and yeah, I mean, that's gonna absolutely destroy our coins, but I don't care, whatever, I'll buy more. You already know how it works, this garbage coin. But, you know, one day I'll wake up and it'll be up like 100%. It's cool though, because look, like, I mean, it's not like it's a dead coin, because, I mean, if you had bought the bottom on OXT, I mean, you still made, like, if you put in 10 grand, you made like 5 grand. So it's not that bad. But yeah. How's this not on my watch list? Yeah, Bonk thankfully is up 19% today. Did you do Aerodrome already? No. I received an email one day asking me about spreads, and around 6 months later, Coinbase settled. What? Damn. I got scammed. Yeah, I'll take a look at Aero in a second. Give me 1 second. Taking a look at Solana on the live stream. Yeah, so for Solana, we did get a nice little bounce, but so did the entire market. It does look like we are over 146, which was our target. So as of right now, 191 is in play. Keep in mind, it does need to stay over 146. Otherwise, we are going to come back down. The next area would be 124. And if we do break below that, then unfortunately, we are going to be coming back down to these lows. So we do need to establish a floor over $94, $95. And that's pretty much it for Solana. Once we break the 618, and once we break the previous high, you're looking at Solana up to $602. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Let's see. ACS is leaving the station. Can you look at Beam if you have time? Yeah, we have like another 2 hours. So yeah, we have time. ACS is leaving. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Like, why can't my coin... Hey, Cucumber, why can't our coins do this? Like, why can't we just put in like 10 grand and then take out like 13 grand in one day? That would be pretty cool. Taking a look at ACS access on the live stream. So it looks like we have a runner. It looks like we have a runner. So let's see. Yeah, so for access on the macro time frame, it's still not bullish because we're actually still bearish under 2022, bullish over 2036. And then on the shorter time frame for access, because we're not on the macro time frame yet. Yeah, it looks like we just broke out over 2018. We need to stay over 2018. If we don't close over this, we are going to come back down. So this will be a fake pump, okay? Very important. Once we stay over 2018, 2025 would be in play. If it doesn't, again, 2014 does need to hold. Otherwise, we are going to be bearish. This whole move would be invalidated. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Aerodrome. That's right. You wanted Aero. I think I did it. No, did I do it? I did do it. Yeah, I did do it. But I think I could take a look at it again for you. But I did do it. But I'll take a look at it again. But I did do it. All right, let's see. Yeah, so for Aerodrome, I think we're getting stuck. Yeah, we're getting stuck at the 382 at 63 cents. If we can actually break through this, then $1.04 would be in play. If we don't, 46 cents needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going to come back down, and we're going to validate this downtrend that we're in. So very simple targets for Aerodrome. And then just keep in mind, we actually did get a nice little bounce from support for Aerodrome. Yeah, so we did bounce from the 618 at 27 cents. So whoever bought the 618, which is always super important, 127%, congratulations. ACS looks like another XCN. Cucumber, give us some other coins that pump. Wait, Cucumber has the coins? Did I miss something? Yeah, did I miss something? Yeah, Cucumber Lime, give us some coins. Tell us what's about to pump so we can make money. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look at Dogecoin and then just let me know if I missed any other coins. Taking a look at Dogecoin on the live stream. So for Dogecoin, unfortunately, we are still stuck in resistance, okay? So we have resistance at 17.79 to 21 cents, 21.5 cents, okay? Once we break this area, then the 618 retracement is in play at 29 cents. And then from there, Dogecoin to the moon. But if we don't, and if we break below 17, around 17.5 cents, 17.60 cents, the next area of support that needs to hold would be 15 cents 27. That's probably where we're going to land. And if that doesn't hold, then this thing is going to keep going down, make a lower low, and then validate this downtrend that we're in. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Moons. Moons? What's moons? Yeah, you gotta, like, what? Whoa, man, is this like degen gambling? What is this? Like, are you talking about the coin that's like the 93,000 moons, like Sailor Moons? Or are you talking about the pump fund? No. Type crypto moons. Oh, this. Oh wow, this is what is this? Oh my gosh. What is this coin? Oh, it's a Reddit coin? Huh. Moon. Dude, what is this coin? I don't think that's, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look bad. Yeah, bearish under 10 cents, bullish over 16 cents. It's around a Yeah, it's around a 13x back up to its all-time high. And if this thing goes parabolic, then this thing's going like 82x. So 82x at $5, that's around, yeah, that's around $1 billion market cap. I love big booties. Let's go. Hey, thank you so much for the 2. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Big booties, no text. Let me know if you would like me to look at anything for you. Thinking we're going to get a pump into the next FOMC. Yeah, and I think that they're going to be lowering the rates by 0.25%. So that's actually going to be positive. But I think going into it, we're going to sell off. And then after the meeting, we're going to pump. That's what I think is going to happen. So just be careful, because every single FOMC meeting, especially when they do rate cuts, we've dipped. And then the rate cut comes in, and then we've bounced, okay? So just FYI, that's what happens every single time. So be careful. It's basically musical chairs for cash. So what is it? Just a giant like Ponzi scheme? That's funny. I mean, this doesn't look like a bad chart though. Like it looks like it's, you know, it's not dumping, it's going up. So it's not bad. Depends on upcoming weekend tariff negotiations, primary Powell's reasons to not. Yeah, he's going to cut interest rates by 0.25%. Super bullish on Troll. These live streams will pay off someday. Yeah, hopefully. I'm really hoping. These live streams, man. I mean, I'm gonna do YouTube for like 10 years. I'll get the 100K plaque. That's what I want. I want the silver play button. I'm not even close. I'm like what 6% of the way there. Yeah. That's so like I think like every year if I get 10K subs, that's 10 years. And I think 10K subs is I think 10,000 subscribers is a good amount, like to have, like each year. So my goal is each year is 10,000 subscribers. So let's take a look at Troll for I love big booties. Oh yeah, it's going up. Let's see. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. All the super chats. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the super chats. Trolls. What the heck? Or it's just troll. Which troll is it? Is it troll on Solana? It dips a day before, yeah. So it goes down, and then basically when the FO, like when it comes out, when we have rate cuts, then that's when we get that nice little bounce. Community is strong. Moon isn't minted anymore. The contract is locked, and the sub burns moons to make banner ads on Reddit. Oh, interesting. That's not a bad play then. So, but it does show that it has a max supply of infinite. So does that mean that they can't mint anymore? And if that means they can't mint anymore, why does it show that it has an infinite max supply? So if the contract has been renounced and the ownership has been renounced, then doesn't that mean that they can't? But why does CoinMarketCap have a max supply of infinite? That usually means that they can mint coins. It's just a bunch of bollocks. Oh, it's Gearhead. What's up, Gearhead? It's just a bunch of... I thought Demon said that, but it's actually you. That's funny. Yes, on Solana, 17 mil market cap. Yeah, but it's super... Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I wonder why I can't find the full chart though. Did this coin? Yeah, this coin just came out February 22nd. That's why. Okay, yeah, so this is the right coin. Yeah, this is the right coin. It would be this one. So let's take a look at Troll on the hourly, because unfortunately it came out on the 22nd. Yeah. Yeah, so for Troll, I mean, this thing, again, just keep in mind I am doing it on the hourly. So yeah, we're getting stuck at the 382. So once we break that, 2 cents and then 3 cents and then 5 cents 50 would be in play. So you're looking at around a 230% pump. Puts the market cap around 32 million, 33 million. If it doesn't get through the 382, then it's a 382 retracement. You're validating this downtrend. So you're literally validating this downtrend. Sorry. I don't know why it. I guess. I mean, you're validating some sort of downtrend. I guess even if you come up to the 618, that would still be a downtrend forming. Yeah. There we go. So we do need to break the 618. If we don't, we are going to come back down and make a lower low. If we can't hold this previous floor at 1 cent 13. So that needs to hold. And good luck. I mean, this is a gamble play. You already know that. It has very little liquidity, so just be careful with that. But this is all information that you probably already know. So no more can be minted. If it's over lower high. That's not true. Hey, we're still look at this. We're still up here. Bitcoin's still up 10% on the 7-day. It doesn't look like we're about to fall off the table. How's OXC doing? Oh no, it's not good. Yeah, I mean it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Let's take a look at Cardano, and then that concludes all of the watch list coins. So we can hang out for another hour, 2 hours, and 1 to 2 hours, and just check out your guys' coins. Taking a look at Cardano on the live stream. Yeah, so for Cardano on the macro time frame, we are over the 382 at 62 cents. So right now it does look like $1.15 is in play. Retesting the 618, which we've gotten stuck at twice now. As long as we stay over 63 cents, if we don't, we're probably going to get a bigger move down. On the macro time frame, yeah, support. Next area of support would be 55 cents, then 45 cents. And then you'd be validating this downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. So we do need to really get back over $1.15. And then from there, we could take a look at the targets on the upside. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. And thank you. Oh no, we're going down. We're going down. We're going down, down, down into the burning rings of fire. All right, let's see. Alex for €5. Let's go. Let me know with no text. Thanks for the 5, man. I really appreciate that. And the membership. So thank you for the membership and the 5. That's awesome. OXC is drowning in the shadow realm. Well, I mean, technically no, because it's up, right? Yeah, technically it's still up, you know. It's up 50%, 44%. Look at this. I mean, if you had bought the bottom with OXT and sold it here, you would be up 42%. So, you know, it's not that bad. What other coins can we look at? I guess we could start looking at just like random. Yeah, like let's look at like the 24-hour. So Brett Bonk. I think I did Bonk already, right? Matthew Dropco, did I do Bonk? I can't remember, but if you're still here, I can take a look at it for you. I mean, Bonk is going bonkers, man. That's awesome. Yeah, so for Bonk, oh no, you know what? I checked Mog for you. Yeah, so for Bonk, it looks like we're attempting to break over the 382 at 4 zeros 18. So 4 zeros 29 would be in play once 4 zeros 18 does break. So as long as it stays over that, you are looking at another 59% pump. So good luck. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Alf is a new bag for me. Oh, the AI coin, Aleph AI, right? No, no, that's Alphium. What is this? Alf. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it has a bad chart. Yeah, so we still have support at 25 cents. If we've bottomed here, then yeah, bearish under 48 cents. It needs to stay over 25, and then bullish over 72 cents. From there, you're retesting $1.37, and then from there back up to its all-time high. So you're looking at around a 49, 119, and then a 335% pump. So you have resistance here, though, so just be careful with that. Check others to see how it's holding. No, others is going up, right? Yeah, others is going up. But, I mean, even others is getting stuck at the 382. Yeah. So it's still under 250 billion. We're not having alt season, long story short. We're not having alt season until Bitcoin dominance breaks. And we're just basically making higher highs right now, so that's not good, unfortunately. Does Quant look like it's going to fly? I don't know, let's see. Wow, I remember someone got so mad at me for saying Quant's going back down. I remember Quant was, true story, on one of my videos too. I remember Quant was at like 150 over here, like 100, 120. And I was like, hey, if we don't break this area, it's going to come back down to like 50 to 60 bucks. And they were like, you don't know what you're talking about. Quant's going to go to like $500, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then it actually went down to like $58. It doesn't look like it's going to fly. It looks like every other coin, it's getting stuck at the 236 at $75. Once $75 breaks, $88 is in play. And then you're looking at 113, and then from there to the moon. But again, at any of these points, we can still get rejected, come down, and make a lower low. So you do need to establish a floor here over this previous low at 50. Otherwise, you're going to be making a lower low and most likely come back and refill this previous low at $42, 41 and $42. So no, it doesn't look like it's about to fly right now, just based off of my opinion. Trencher, what is that? Trencher. This? Is this the right coin? It's going to be the next Terra Luna. Which one? Alf? Yeah, because you bought it. It's going to be the next Terra Luna because you bought it, right? That's how it always works. It's like the second you buy, it's like ding, ding, ding. Hey, Santano, he bought. That's so funny. I swear that's actually the case. Or, oh, he sold. Bump it. He bought. Consolidate. Load the Korean FUD. Load the same Korean FUD. Like, it's just there's no winning, you know? There is no winning unless you just buy and don't look at it, and if it's just Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Because even last cycle for Ethereum, I mean, yeah, we had an opportunity to buy here at like $1,000, And I thought that was still too high. And even Ethereum had like I mean, we only went up like 365%. What is this? Like, what? This is crazy. You know, last cycle, and it's not the same, right? Like that's what you always hear, right? Like last cycle, dude, Ethereum did, look at what Ethereum did. We're never going to get this again, you know? It's just unfortunate. Last cycle, Ethereum went from $86 to freaking 4.8K. And whoever bought this low got a 55x. So it's never going to be the same cycle again. It's never going to be the same. And maybe we do get something like this where, you know, maybe we do get a really big correction and we go back down. And that would be our opportunity to buy, you know. Now, the macro time frame for Ethereum, this is where I'm getting my target, right? So $1,000. And then if $1,000 doesn't hold, $409 is on the table. So am I crazy to think that, okay, so we go back down to $400 and then we go to 10K? That's around a 20x. And I think that's very possible. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, but we'll see. We might. I'm convinced the prophecy is fulfilled. Man, I wish. I mean, if Ethereum goes to $400, I'm like, everyone's liquidated. How is Ethereum gonna lower its gas fees though? I sound like a madman, but the stories are true. Yeah, it's like that one movie, The Knowing. Have you seen it? It's with Nicolas Cage. It's a good movie, but like he had all those numbers and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like I know when the next big disaster is going to happen." And nobody believed him. That's a good movie. It's like you have the answers, but nobody's listening. I have to use the restroom. I need like a 2 second break. All right, I'm back. How many viewers did I lose? Oh, I actually gained viewers. Let's go. I know, let's see. The game, Ethereum won't go below 1100 because the Ethereum Foundation won't liquidate at that level. I hope not. I think XRP and Solana will easily outperform Ethereum. That's possible. Knowing, I'm going to watch that tonight. It's a good movie. It's with Nicolas Cage. Isn't CME launching XRP futures May 19th? Ooh, dude, is OXT ever going to get a futures listing? That would be pretty cool. I hope so. I don't think that's ever going to happen, though. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But wow, XRP is getting a futures listing. That's pretty big. I feel like everyone needs to buy XRP right now then. Maybe SUI and Ethereum can form a partnership and create Ethereum fees to go down. That would be the day. I mean, how's SUI looking? Yeah, I remember this coin got listed on Coinbase, and it basically like fell all the way down, and then like now it's like it's just crazy, these coins. Yeah, this was the Coinbase listing, and it went down from May to October, and then basically just went parabolic. Good for whoever bought, but yeah, I mean, SUI is doing pretty good. We're getting a 618 retracement for SUI though. That's not good. Bearish. Needs to stay over 266, otherwise we are going to come down and validate a downtrend. If we get over the 618, 421, 536 are both resistance, and then you're looking at all-time highs up to $10.80. Excuse me. Beam when you can. Beam. Let's take a look at Beam. Taking a look at Beam on the live stream. Hey, that rhymes. Beam on the live stream. Okay, so for Beam, yeah, so we never held support, but we're now over 2069, which is good because support usually turns into resistance. And now we're over 2069. In terms of support, there is no more support. Unfortunately, it is just going to be this previous low at 2048. And then we are still bearish under 2079 and bullish over 1 cent. Once that breaks 60 cents, it's back up to 18. And then from there, back up to the all-time high. But again, we do have a lot of area of resistance to break through before we turn bullish and before we can say that the bottom's in. So that's pretty much it for Beam. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. There you go, Roskin. Oh, no, Roskin. Craig C. Alex, do you hold fair amount of XRP? Ondo is consolidating at a $1. Is this good? I don't know. Let's check. Taking a look at Ondo on the live stream. Yeah, so for Ondo, it looks like you're still in a downtrend though. I think we're getting stuck at the 382, right? Yeah, so we did get stuck at the 382. So unfortunately, you can see we got stuck, and that is still technically validating this downtrend. So once we break $1.03, then $1.37 is in play, which will invalidate this downtrend. On the way down, it does need to stay over 87 cents. Otherwise, we are going to be bearish on the shorter time frame, and then we'll start looking at the targets on the areas of support on the macro time frame. But as of right now, over 87 cents is not bearish. Bullish over $1.04, and then $1.37 would be in play once we actually manage to break this area of resistance. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, I got lots of XRP. Let's go. Like 50% of my wallet is XRP, also because my father wanted me to invest in it. Let's go. Alex, the multi-millionaire kid in the chat. He's like 20 years old. He has Alex is 20 years old, and he has 100,000 XRP. Damn, imagine. And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is that 100,000 XRP a year or two ago was only like 20 grand or 30 grand. What was it? Like 20 to 30 cents, right? Yeah, like 30 grand. Oh, wow. Or even if you bought the STIP, that's crazy. Like 15 grand. Good for you guys. Good for the XRP community. Let's go. Later, guys, and meow. Hopefully Jasmine goes down. I want to remarry my Jasmine again. Damn. I'm rooting for you, man. I really hope it does go down too for Well, actually, I can't really say that because if like they're, what about for the people that actually have it? You know, I don't want to wish anything bad on anyone. And so, you know what? What's going to happen. I hope it works out for you. There we go. That's a good one. I hope it works out for you. So, thank you for coming to the chat, and I'll see you in the next live stream, probably on Monday, 5 p.m. after work. So, thank you. XRP will be number one someday. Let's see if there's anything else that's pumping right now. Yeah, Trump coin is pumping. You know, it's insane that Trump coin Trump is actually letting people have lunch with him or something. For the, what was it? The top 25 holders can eat with them, right? It's just, wow. The top 25, the top 25 holders for Trump coin can go to the White House and meet him and have lunch with him or whatever. What? Why hasn't XRB taken off? Seems like it has lots of support. Yeah, it's because it did a 10x. It did it went up like 1,000%. That's why. So usually when coins have really big moves up like that, they do need to cool off. And people are obviously going to be selling. Like, imagine if you put in 10 grand and you have 100 grand. You're like, oh wow, you know what? I'm out. I'm selling. And the thing is with XRP, like there was a long. People waited a very long time to get this move up. So there is going to be a lot of selling pressure for XRP. Like, imagine if you're in a coin and it's just been doing the same thing for 5 years, 6 years. Like, if like my OXT, for example, I've been in it since 2019, right? So the second I see it go up, I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I don't want to hold it anymore. But then there's a lot of good news coming out. So people are buying it, but I'm selling because I want to be gone. I want to be done with it because I've been in for 6 years. So that's why. Wait till August. That would be the best month for XRP this year. Crypto Meow was yapping yesterday for 2 hours about protein. What do you mean? I wasn't live streaming yesterday, Gearhead. No, yesterday was Friday. I live stream Thursdays and Mondays. Giga Chad. Is that what you are? Are you a Giga Chad? Taking a look at Giga Chat on the live stream. So our chart is still valid over here. We actually ended up staying over the box at 2069 and 2008. So congratulations, whoever bought this dip. It does look like we are over resistance now, 1.5 to 2 cents 10. So the next stop right now for Giga Chat is 3 cents 90. And once we break that, we're headed back up to the highs around 10 cents. Okay. But again, keep in mind, we can't come up here and double top, and then if we do double top, we are going to get sent back down. At that point, 1 cent 50 does need a hold. But as long as we can manage to stay over 2 cents 10, then 3 cents 90 would be in play. And that's pretty much it for Giga Chat. Not financial advice, just my opinion. It is around a 350% back up to its all-time high. And that's pretty much it. Thank you. Damn, I should have just bought Giga Chad. Damn. 534,000%. Woo! See, the thing is that, like, if you're rich, you can make it off of 3 to 5%. But because you're a brokey, you need 534,000%. Like, if and that's what I want to do. Like, obviously I'm not dumb and I'm not putting all my money in crypto. But once it gets to a point where you have a certain amount of money, like YouTube money, my savings, and then just money where you're not touching, freaking 3 to 5%, easy. I'll take that all day, any day. I don't need to gamble with any amount of coin. You know, it's so important. You have to just find what amount you want, and some people want millions. Like some people want millions. Some people want everyone's in here. Like people want to turn their 10K into 100K. People want to turn their 100K into a million. So you just got to find that number for yourself. I know my number, and it's not that greedy. I think it's very doable, but I think I'll be pretty satisfied with getting 3 to 5% back on my very safe investment. But when you're talking about $10,000 or $1,000, you really can't make a lot of money off of that. We ain't gonna live for like 1,000 years. In Vision's chat, I wasn't talking about protein. He was talking about Taco Bell. Honestly, I'm done. Like I'm not. Yeah, it's triggering when he says stuff like that. Like even my wife, like literally, my wife is like, wait, does he not know like how to diet, or does he not know that that's not good? And I'm like, no, like, and I'm like freaking out because I'm trying to type, and then there's everyone typing, and then it's just like not taken serious. He's not gonna take, like, nobody's gonna take it. It's online, right? I'm just some random nobody in this chat typing like, oh hey, Taco Bell is bad, diet soda is bad, blah blah blah. Nobody's gonna take that seriously, but it's just, for me, it's so triggering when he says, oh, like I went an entire day, I fasted, and then I chose to feed my body Taco Bell, and the calories are less than what I'm supposed to take, so that means that I'm going to lose weight. What? Like I don't even, this chat is not going to be about that. I don't want to, like, I'm never bringing that up. I'm just not going to type anything. It's just like, I wish, like, he seems like a good guy. Like if he was here, and we would probably, like, I would definitely be his friend, and we'd work out, and then we'd, like, I'd show him what I think, at least, and then that's up to him. But first of all, it doesn't even seem like he's overweight, so I don't know what he's talking about. He looks fine, but it's just like, it's just so frustrating because even with my friend, like in real life, like, I'm like, hey, let's go work out. Hey, let's take this seriously, or let's go, like, this is what we need to eat, blah blah blah. And he got really strong really fast, but then again, he kind of just segued away from it and didn't really keep it. So it really falls on the individual on whether you want to, like, stay going that course or not, because consistency is key. Also, it's like, you can't just do it for a month and then, like, go back to your normal habits. You got to keep it the same, like, forever. Let's see. I kind of babbled on again because you triggered me. I wish I had 100K XRP. Yeah, I do too. You know what would be funny? If Bitcoin reaches 1 million, Satoshi would be the first trillionaire on Earth. Imagine the end. Yeah, if he rug pulls at the end and takes all the money. Probably. Satoshi is the CIA. Probably. It's true, where focus goes, energy flows. Focus, language, physiology. Top 220 Trump coin holders. Also, Satoshi was NSA, not CIA. Bullish on Maneki. I don't know. Maneki did like a 5x. Is it still up? Yeah, Maneki's still holding the box. So it looks like we are getting stuck at 2032. So we tagged it twice. As long as it stays over 19 to 20, you're retesting for the third time. If it doesn't break down, then you're probably going to come back down to 2016. But nothing really has changed with Maneki. You're still maintaining this downtrend. You're still making lower highs. Yeah, that's horrible. Taco Bell is not going to kill you, but in moderation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying, oh, don't ever eat, Taco Bell. Don't ever. It's not like, and I said that. It's like you take it to the extreme. Only Sith absolute, only Sith deal in absolutes, right? Where it's like, oh, it's either this way or no way, or I'm never gonna do this again. Like I just can't handle it. It's like, oh, I'm never gonna drink alcohol again. I'm never gonna smoke cigarettes again. Well, maybe in certain cases it's okay, where it's like obviously you're doing something that's like killing you. That then yeah, it's okay to be like, hey, I'm cutting this out of my life. But you know, things like food or like chocolate, you know, there is a difference. There's like a fine line, but it's not gonna kill you. But not when you're like fasting for 24 hours and then you're going and getting Taco Bell. It's like, hey, like that's your body is like gonna hate you for that, you know. Your body's gonna latch onto every single thing and every single nutrient that you put in after it's in starvation mode. So if that's what if that's what you're giving it, you're probably gonna you're gonna be groggy. You're not gonna feel good. You're gonna be sick. You're ruining your immune system. You're ruining your metabolism, and it's just not good. All a matter of perspective. You never existed, but you all are. Yeah. Hey, you know what I think, Cucumber? I think that all of that is redundant anyway, because even if you die and you come back as a new body, it's not like you're ever gonna actually know. So it's all about the now. It's all about right now. So do I think I'm only like, do you really think you're only like 40, 50, 60 years old and that's it? That's the only thing that you can know. So because that's the absolute truth, right? Unless you're like doing mushrooms in the forest or something. I don't know. And then you're like being contacted by like little fairies in the trees. I don't know. Whatever happens when that happens, right? I have no idea. But yeah, you gotta like it's all about the now, right? It's all about the now. Oh my God, that was so funny. I love you for that argument. Yeah, seriously. Like what? Oh, I'm working out. I'm working out. I'm fasting. I'm drinking water. And then bam. Oh, I had Taco Bell. What? You're doing like 99% of it and then you're like ruining it with the end. No, I got triggered, so I'm never gonna type again. Like, and it's so dumb. I'm just not. I don't want to open up any sort of argument or something like that. I'm just like, hey, like you're wrong, but you can't really tell somebody like they're wrong, because it's also the longevity, right? So it's like it's like you might temporarily. It might seem like you're losing weight temporarily, but when you're going back to eating, like it's just all gonna come back, and that's just like on a linear time frame. It's just like you've messed up your eating so many times and that's caused these side effects in a sense, but whatever. Never again. I don't think you understand what I'm saying, Soleil. Never mind. Wait, what are you saying? Wait, I don't wait. So no, Satoshi is a fictional character. I think you're just trolling. Do you guys just invest or also trade in cryptos? No, I don't trade. I'm not a trader. I bought my bags and I'm waiting. Food is fuel. You are what you eat. That is true. There is power in now. It is about the now. Like when it's like awareness. It's all about the right now. Now I'm not saying like it's all about the right now. Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow is unknown, right? Hey Meow, I wanted to ask, what is that shirt? I love it. Yeah, that's really nice that you said that. So I actually, like when I originally started the YouTube channel in January of 2024, I wasn't monetized, so it took me 6 months to become a YouTube partner. Yeah, it took me 6 months of posting videos and uploading and doing everything, and no revenue whatsoever was being generated. Anyway, so I created an Etsy account, and then I downloaded this AI software, and you give it prompts. So like for example, this prompt was Bitcoin to the moon. Bitcoin exploding outer space with Bitcoin being the moon. So it spat out this image. It's all right. It's whatever. But it was kind of a test run where on the Etsy store I bought it for myself because I was like, oh hey, like maybe I could do shirts and merchandise with my YouTube channel. But it didn't really, I wanted to kind of shift my focus on just focusing on YouTube, and then YouTube partnerships, monetization, for memberships, super chats, gifts, and everything like that. So I kind of put that on the back burner. I closed that down temporarily. I haven't really picked this back up yet, because right now I'm just focused on other stuff, like growing the channel. But maybe in the future it'll come back. But right now I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah, there was I built out a whole bunch of stuff on the Etsy account, like stickers, mouse pads, thermoses, cups, mugs, and like a lot of like AI generated stuff, which was pretty cool. But I decided not to move forward with that. I just decided to focus on my YouTube channel, and that's it. Exactly, Sasquatch. Aloe, we are on the same page. Let's go. Sasquatch and UAPs in our national forests. I digress. I like DIA too. DIA, I just did DIA. But yeah, no, wait, you asked for DIA. Yeah, DIA is not a bad play, but it's just getting stuck, that's all. But again, every single coin's getting stuck. We're just waiting for that breakout. Am I rich? Nope, I'm not rich. Let's see. It makes sense though, because he has the same mentality with crypto. Yeah, so like me, and I know like it's like, I get made fun of sometimes, like in the chat, where it's like, hey, I'm holding the same coin for 5 years, 6 years. And I'm fine with that, because like, you buy and then you're like, hey, I don't have to worry about it anymore. But if you're constantly looking at it, and if you're like trading, which with Vara. Oh, another thing, Vara. Hey, look, I was right, but look, I'm so dumb. I sold. If I had held it, I would have made like a lot of money. Yeah, look, it went up. That's brutal. Remember, we said the stock RSI was extremely oversold, blah, 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 and it was going to get some sort of reversal. It did. So I was right, but I didn't hold it. I didn't take my own advice. But yeah, like I hold it, and we'll see what happens. But obviously for this, I straight up was like, hey, I'm just going to get into a short trade because the stock RSI and the RSI are in the red, which is what I tell you guys. Hey, if you're ever going to buy anything, that's when you need to buy. So let's see. What's up, Majid Ali Khan? How are you? Bag buyer. So you're a bag buyer, meaning what? Like, are you a trader? No, you're like a long-term holder, I'm assuming. Velodrome Finance. Did I already do Velodrome? I feel like I already did Velodrome. Cool. I mainly trade and then invest in profits. Yeah, I don't trade at all, and I don't invest in profits. Let's see. Jabroni. Oh, Meow, can you check Andy Base? Another gamble play? Thank you. Let's see. Oh, wow. Did you get in, like, before this move? Oh, wow. Yeah, what a gamble. Hey, when did you get into Andy? Is this... Oh, no, this is Sushi Swap. Wait, is this the right Andy? Can you confirm this is the right Andy? Alex, I'm tinkering with trade plays now. Good luck. Nobody needs the UK. You can say that again. Nobody needs the United Kingdom. Yeah, especially right now. Nobody needs the UK. Yeah, so David, just be careful with this coin. You literally came down and tagged the downtrend. Yeah, so you are in resistance. And you'd theoretically be buying when it's up 150%. So just be careful with Andy. I'm not saying it can't go up, because once you break 205, the next target is going to be around 1 cent, which, I mean, technically if you bought now and risked it, it is going to be another 150%. But the top could be in, and we could be making a lower low, and then you'd be validating this downtrend. So just be careful with Andy. On the way down, if you're trying to buy it when it goes back down, I would say anything under 2028, it's going to shoot you back down to 22. And then from there, if that doesn't hold, you're going to be making a lower low. Pretty much it, not financial advice, just my opinion. And then Velodrome Finance. What is this? Yeah, so for Velodrome Finance, it's still bearish, unfortunately. You got a long ways to go. Bearish under 6 cents 50 and then bullish over 9 cents 30. Once that breaks, it should send you back up to 16 cents 95, so around 17 cents. That is going to be around a 200% pump from the current price, given that we actually managed to break this area of resistance. So, not financial advice, just my opinion. I need to restart this. Checking chats. Can Cookie DAO get to $1? Hey, thank you so much for the 2 beans. Let's go. $2 super chats. That's awesome. First of all, I can't answer if Cookie DAO can get to $1, but we can look at the targets because I have no idea. Yeah, I think it can get to $1 just based off of the... Yeah, so you're looking at $1 billion market cap. Are you asking me if Cookie DAO can get to $1 billion market cap? Absolutely. If you're asking me if any of your coins could get to 50 billion or higher, I'd probably say, hey, we got to look at the shorter time frame targets first, right? Because there's some people are like, hey, can it should be go to $1. I'm like, come on, really? Like when you see people type, oh, Shiba Inu to $1, like, no, that's not how it works. I hate that there is any sort of like there's uncertainty there. Yeah, so for Cookie DAO, I mean, it looks like we got a nice little bounce. We are in resistance right now at 12 cents. I guess I should make a video on this. Taking a look at Cookie DAO on the live stream. So we did break over the 236 at 13 cents 37. So we are no longer bearish. Bullish over 17 cents 85. Now, once we break out of this area of resistance, meaning that like if we do break this, the next area would be 32 cents. However, if we don't break this area of resistance, we are going to come back down to the lows. Now, once we break this 618 at 32 cents, previous highs next, and then price discovery up to $3.97, which as of today is going to be around a 30x, which is going to put the market cap around $1.8 billion, which isn't impossible. That's all I'm going to say. It's not impossible. And those are my targets for Cookie DAO. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. I mean, look at this. It went from 2 cents to like 70 cents. That's crazy. I just need to buy some Cookie DAO. Let's see. Alpaca Finance. Didn't this get delisted? Oh yeah, this did get delisted on Binance, and then it had a massive move up. No, it hasn't been delisted on Binance yet. That's crazy. Hey, thank you so much for the 2 beans. I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Alex, not bad. That huge dip a few months ago kind of helped me full send capital into a couple coins too. XSAN was my first big quick earn. Yeah, XSAN went parabolic, dude. I wish I didn't think, like, it was scary because it's like you never know if it's actually going to go back down. And then XSAN had this monster move back up. I mean, if you had bought the dip, like let's just say you bought when the RSI was extremely oversold, Wait, what the heck? Yeah, so let's just say that's the problem. The RSI didn't even hit extremely oversold. But if you would have bought here, you know, let's just say you didn't even buy the low, yeah, you would have made 250%. That, congratulations on that move, you know. Putting in 10 grand and taking out 25 grand, easy. I do that all day, any day. What a great move. You're welcome, Eric. And again, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Fire Ross. Oh, I think like Fire Ross. What is that? Is that a coin? Yeah, we just did a whole bunch of videos. I have a lot of videos to edit and post after this. Maybe I should do one on Trump. On Donald Trump. Yeah, on that dip, I made lots of longs and alts and made my a 4x on my portfolio. Congratulations. So you're buying you're buying when people are scared and when people are selling. So that's really good. You got to hang it. You already know. So that's really good. Taking a look at official Trump on the live stream. So let's take a look at it. See what it's doing. Hold on, I gotta find the right chart. Yeah, so taking a look at official Trump on the live stream. So it looks like we are on our way to 1671. So once this breaks, once the 382 breaks, it should send us back up to $28. However, if it doesn't, we are still technically consolidating in resistance, okay? So it does need to hold this box. It does need to stay over $12.43. And yeah, with that being said, again, as long as it's over 12.43, 16.75 and 28 are in play on the upside. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, I just need a beam. I just need beam to pump right now. Man, hey, when are you going live? TCU, when are you going live? I've been live for, in 10 minutes, it'll be 3 hours. So, pretty long live stream. Yeah, beam doesn't look bad, though. Yeah, it looks like it's almost fully diluted, so you don't have any more surprises. And, I mean, it's not too crazy of a move back up to its high. Yeah, you're looking at a 5x back up to its all-time high. So, it's not super crazy of an ask, you know. And for the most part, what does it look like it's been doing? It's just been looking. It just looks like it's been consolidating. It, I guess it double topped and then it came back down, but it never made a lower low. It never broke 2.047. So yeah, it definitely does not look bad. I gotta make a video on Vara because Vara had a nice. Actually, no, I just didn't make a video on. Did I make a video on it? I don't know. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna make a video. I have plenty of other videos that I need to edit. Thanks, Meow. And yeah, I usually trade with support, resistance, and Fibonacci, and I try to catch the dips as long to long as much coins as possible, and vice versa. That's very smart. Way to not be emotional. As more people get into crypto, gains will be even better. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. That's the goal. But the goal really is for this thing, for this altcoin season indicator to go up, and hopefully we have alt season, because right now it's Bitcoin season at 12 to 100. So this is absolutely brutal. This is absolutely brutal for alt season. So this is not good. Yeah, yearly high for altcoins, it was December of 2024. So December 2024, we were in alt season. How much was Ethereum at that time? December 2024. Yeah, it was here. It was at the high. It was here. Yeah, so we've been, how long have we been dipping for? Yeah, 133 days. Wow. I mean, how long did this last? 164 days. Okay. Man, I want to buy Ethereum, but I'm going to wait because I feel like we're going to get something like this, guys. We come down again to 15 and then we start moving up. That's what I think is going to happen. But also I don't want to buy at 15. I want to buy at like 12. So I want to get really greedy. About 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to call my live stream in about 10-15 minutes then. And then I got to do some chores and I'll just hang out in the chat. So yeah, we're gonna call the live stream in about 10 minutes. So if you guys want the show to go on, definitely go check out the Crypto Undead's channel. He's about to go live in 10 minutes. We've been live for about 3 hours now. So again, I'm gonna be posting all the videos we looked at afterwards after I edit and upload them. So check them out if you need to look at the price action again, or if you need to know where resistance and supports are and you missed it. Other than that, we'll get in a couple last few coins in, and pretty much welcome to the end of the live stream, everybody. Ethereum was such a nice surprise. Didn't expect that. It gives me time. Yeah, Ethereum going back down to 1500 was a really, or what was it? Yeah, 1300. Man, it's crazy. I was about to buy 10 Ethereum here, and I didn't. And if I did, I would have made 5K. But then again, if I bought OXT, I would have still made 5K. So I feel like it really doesn't matter what you buy. As long as Ethereum goes up, all the Ethereum coins are going to go up, you know, because OXT is a Ethereum based coin. So it still did a 50% pump, you know. It did the same thing that Ethereum did. So even Pepe, like how high did Pepe go? Like, cause isn't Pepe Ethereum? So even if you bought the low, yeah, Pepe went up 70%, 80%. So, all right, Meow, logging out for the day. Always appreciate your streams. Take care. Yeah, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat, Free Lightning. Thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate you coming by all the time. So I'll see you in the next live stream. I buy when Reddit cries. That's working out pretty well this cycle. Good luck, Cucumber. Appreciate the stream, dude. Good chat, Alex. Good luck and see you around. Yeah, I'll see you around, Roshan. And yeah, hey, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. That is awesome. When Ethereum finally pumps, all the ERCs are gonna go off. I know. All the ERCs are gonna go off. Like, I can't wait until my coin goes off. Come on, go. Yeah. Oh, let's go. We're just waiting for that. That's all we're waiting for. Yeah, Alex, see you in the next live stream. Thank you so much for the membership, and thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. And I'll see you in the next live stream. It'll be on Monday after work, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same as usual. Mondays, Thursdays, and the weekends. Either Saturday or Sunday. For the most part, I do want to make my live streams longer on Saturdays and Sundays. But we'll just take it, you know, a weekend at a time. That's all I can give you. Have you heard about GTA 6 that you will have in-game crypto and there will be crypto-based economy? Do we know what coin they're going to use or no? Not yet. Do we know if they're using like Bitcoin, or are they going to be using their own crypto? How's Jesus coin doing? Easter's over, so I'm assuming not good. I mean, it ain't bad. Well, hold on. This is the wrong chart. Oh, there we go. This is the right chart. Yeah, it ain't doing bad. It had a nice little pump for Easter. GTA 6 and maybe GTA 6 can resurrect it. Something's got to pump Axie Infinity. How's Axie looking? $2? Oh my gosh. Dude, do you remember SLP? Do you remember SLP? Unbelievable. Oh wow, they listed on Coinbase International Futures. That's not bad. I mean, even this coin, it went up how much? Even this coin went up 26%, but damn, that's like, it's pretty bad. Yeah, how is this looking? Yeah, stock RSI is completely reset, and RSI is completely oversold. So this might not be a bad play. This might not be a bad play at all. Flip coins in the house. Welcome to the end of the live stream, Flip coins. Let's take a look at Flip coins. Let's take a look at Flip coins. Yeah, so we'll take a look at Flip coins, and then we'll call it the end of the live stream. So I already know your coins, Flip coins. So let's take a look at Billy. How is it doing? We'll make videos on these too and post them afterwards. Nice. Taking a look at Billy on the live stream. So Billy is having a nice move up. We are making our way to the box right now. This is really good. So from the low to the... So it went up 153%, and it's still continuing up, which is really good for Billy. As of right now, again, 2018 still needs to hold on the downside. The targets are going to change once it does break over 2059. Keep in mind, you are looking at another 87% to another 263% back up to resistance. And once that breaks, then you're looking at 3 cents and a half. Retesting the 618 at 3 cents and a half. That is the next crucial area that needs to break, because if it doesn't, then you are still validating this downtrend that's forming. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Nice. Hopefully used cars doing the same thing. It is. Hey, let's go, Flip coins. This is exactly what we want to see. Taking a look at used car, we on the live stream, we said that it needs to establish a floor, consolidate, and then hopefully we break the 236-382 resistance. It looks like that's exactly what used car is doing right now. We got a massive move up, so congratulations whoever bought and accumulated this. It is up 166% from the low. It is making its way up to the 236-382 at 2028 to 2066. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to retesting 2 cents 33. That's again a very crucial area point, because it can still validate a downtrend making a lower high and get rejected there. So you have to decide at what point you want to take profits. Now it is around a 43 to a 235% back up to resistance. And then once that breaks, you're looking at least another 10x back up to the 618. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Woo, dude, hey, congratulations. Is SNEC going up? Let's go. SNEC is going up too. Let's go. All right. Let's see. SNEC USD. Taking a look at SNEC on the live stream. So yeah, SNEC is having a nice move up. I think SNEC is finally making it back up to the 382. Yeah, it is. So you can see we actually came up and we are getting stuck at the 382. So like we said before, when we had this massive sell-off, we said that SNEC, given that this is the floor, it needs to consolidate over this previous low. And once it gets through this box, you are looking at retesting the 618 at 2052, and then from there to the moon. And just like what happened, just like what we said, we did get stuck. We did come back up to the 382 at 2036. If we don't break this, then this previous 236 needs to hold at 2022. And if it does, then once we break the 382, you are looking at retesting 2052. But at any point, if we do come back down and break this low, we are probably going to come back down here. And if we break this, we're going to be making a lower low, invalidating this downtrend. So price to beat right now is 2036, and 2052 would be in play. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Excuse me. Flip coins for 10 beans. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. What other coins? CKB. And then just remember, these coins are going to be uploaded. So if in case you need to look at the targets again later, they'll be on the channel. Taking a look at Nervous Network, CKB on the live stream. So just like every other coin, it does look like we are getting some sort of bounce. And let's see if we're stuck anywhere, which I'm assuming we are. Yeah, so we got stuck at the 236. So some coins, again, you can see some coins had a 382 retracement. Some coins had a 618 retracement, like Turbo. But CKB, it didn't have a follow through, so we did get rejected at the 236. I'm not saying this is the top. I'm just saying that if we don't get past this area of resistance, then we are going to come back down to these lows. And if that doesn't hold, you're going to be making a lower low, and you're going to be validating a downtrend. But once we get through this box, it should send us back up to around 1 cent. And then once we break that, we'll look at the upside targets. Obviously, it's going to run once we do break that, and we'll look at it on the macro time frame. But for now, it does need to break 2052 to 2067. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Oh no, if Bitcoin's going down, then OXC is going down. Flip coins, let me know if those were your coins, and then if there's anything else I'm missing. And then other than that, that's pretty much it for today's live stream. At least we've been live for about 3 hours and 2 minutes. Excuse me. Wow, super unprofessional. Also, the X payments and Telegram payments things might be good for crypto. Yeah, imagine if Dogecoin is going to be the currency to pay the X memberships with. Yeah, Turbo. Okay. I did a video on Turbo, so we will not be making another video. But taking a look at Turbo on the live stream. Yeah, so like I just showed you, right? So for used car and for Billy, it's not even back up to the 236. Okay, for SNEC, it's through the 236. It's at the 382. Okay, for CKB, it got stuck at the 236. So this is a perfect example, right? Because you get to kind of see it. So for this instance, Turbo stuck at the 618. So like we said, we always box the 236, 382 because it's resistance. And then once you break this, and once you break the 382, the 618 is next. Unfortunately, over here, it looks like the 618 is resistance. So it got stuck at the 618. So it can still be bearish because we made a lower high, and we've been saying that for weeks now, okay? So I'm not saying this is the top, and I'm not trying to say, hey, like, be careful. Well, I'm trying to say, hey, be careful. But I'm not saying, hey, this is the top, because we could get a breakout, and then you're going to get this giant move up back up to its all-time high, and then 6 cents would be in play for Turbo. But what I know is that we got stuck at the 618, which isn't good, okay? So on the downside, as long as it stays over 33 and 42, you are looking at a continuation up. And once we break 2058, then this thing's going to go parabolic. But as long as we're under it, this box needs to hold at 33 to 42. Pretty much it. Very simple. I hope that made sense, flip points. I know it's a lot of information. Have a good day, Aloe. I'll see you in Vision's live stream later. And don't trigger me. Don't tell me about Taco Bell because I'll get triggered. But thank you for stopping by the live stream. I appreciate it. I don't think it will be Doge because of the fees. I think more of XRP or XML. You mean XLM or XML? What's XML? Yeah, you mean XLM. But if Dogecoin is, it would be so funny. Doge to the moon. Yeah. With that being said, I think we're gonna call it a live stream. All the videos, all the coins that we looked at on the live stream and the watch list coins are going to be posted later. Do you stream later? No. So I'm gonna call it a live stream. We've been live streaming for about 3 hours now. So I live stream on Mondays, Thursdays, like Mondays and Thursdays after work at 5 p.m. And then on Saturdays or Sundays on the weekends I stream like in the morning, so around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I'm not gonna stream later today, no. But I'll see you on Monday. So in 2 days for the live stream after work. So, but yeah. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes. Nothing more. I always forget. This is all satire. This is all character playing. Nothing more. Thank you so much to all the members, all the subscribers, all the super chat. I really appreciate all of it. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream. And again, thank you for everything.